I was so excited when I found raw foods. I was so excited that I thought everybody should change once you understand that no animal cooks their food before they eat it and all this kind of stuff, that everyone should change that. But your excitement is exciting because you found the answers to your suffering physically. This begins to open the door to your wanting to know a little more about yourself, because now you're initiating some self-discipline. You have to have some self-discipline to ride this ride. And as you instigate that, you're becoming more self. And pretty soon, as we're teaching how to stop thinking, how to withdraw your attention from your thoughts and your desires, just even for short term, just to look around and go, whew, man, I was lost in that dream I created, right? So that's spirituality. Spirituality is an awakening process where you're withdrawing your attention from the things that have caused you pain and suffering, things that has been hard in your world. And some people's lives are just hard and they just completely surrender, sort of like a Christian born again, who just, that's it, I give up, I'm going to give it all to God. So that kind of release is a freeing release, and it does connect you even more with God, no matter what religion you're in. But it's that excitement of touching the apron of who you are, the God within you. Understanding the energy and love from the foods and things like this. So we get excited about these things and we become vulnerable. We become vulnerable to predators. Predators that use spirituality and health and things like this to prey on those, particularly the females. Females are, as you know, very loving. They are the love principle. Without the feminine principle, we wouldn't be able to take it. The world would destroy itself. The male principle would destroy itself. So the feminine principle is essential and is the overriding principle of all things. It is the alkaline principle, which side of chemistry dominates the physical worlds, particularly this planet, of course. The base side. There's planets that are not that way, but you know, you've got acid dominance, you've got alkaline dominance in places. But on this planet, to support life, there must be a little base dominance. That way the corrosiveness is buffered. So the problem in spirituality, and I saw this a lot in Eckankar, was the excitement of feeling the energy and the freedom that comes when you take your attention off of your problems, off of the things you've created. Not realizing that the mind is the problem. It is your tool, but it is also your coffin. So you have to understand how to get free from the attention, your attention, through the mental apparatus. Now I've seen a lot of beautiful ladies looking for good spiritual men. You know, that it seems to be a need to have soulmates at a certain level, you know, where people like-minded come together. It's kind of fun. A lot of fun, especially when you realize opposites attract for the growth and expansion of itself. You're always with the opposite of what you think you want for your growth. And it's unfortunate because, like in relationships, sometimes you get in a relationship and it was the opposite of what you wanted, but it's just what you needed. And it's just the way creation rocks in its development of itself and the expansion of itself. But we have duality here. And duality means there's positive and negative, and each and every one of us using bodies to express themselves, which you couldn't be here without one, fall within that. You can choose at any time to use your negative side, or you can choose to use your positive side, or you could choose to use neither side and live in the present, where there's neither side, positive or negative. It just is. All life is just the way it is. And it's hard to explain that because it is a state of total freedom. And with that total energy, total ecstasy, it's hard to describe those things. But this brings me around to the Steve Factor problem.
A little upset about things lately. Surprise video, live. Just finished my deliveries, and I thought I'd pull over to the side and address some of the stuff, some of the story, some of the ego, some of the fear, and pure energy. Wow. This is going to go on for a while, I think, this video. It's possible there can be people that are going to come on and give their 2 cents. And if they feel that that's necessary to do, at this time I'm just going to let it happen. And after the video I may delete some things here and there. But I'm deleting the story, any story. And if there's anything that is of true nature, realness, authenticity, we're going to talk about that. So, let's start with what's going on. Some of you don't even know what's going on. Some of you have just been on my wall and seen like kind of a sarcastic post on Saturday, and some of you have been on other people's walls and have seen who I am. I've been found out. I've been caught. I have been in this. The jig is up, and Steve Factor has been found out. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you and you and you. You can do better than that. You know deep down who I am. And I am perfectly imperfect, pure energy. And the thought that I have ulterior motives that are of a selfish gain to hurt other people is nothing but a projection. Maybe you could look at your stuff. Everyone is so interested in seeing what Steve's stuff is, and no doubt there are people watching this video right now, on live, possibly, or on the replay, who are going to look for every possible mistake I make, every word I say that might not match up. How I say I am sorry might not be sufficient. They are going to look for the bad, and guess what? You guys will find it, because I'm perfectly imperfect, just like you. And I am pure energy at the core, just like you. So to start gossiping and to take on the gossip, there are about 5 to 7 people I have direct, I know, move on, I know, but it's like, this needs to be addressed, because it's like, I've been ganged up on, I've been cyber bullied, I've been accused of things that are fucking unbelievably absurd, and I am fucking pissed, because there are good people that I love who are like taking a fucking side and who fucking do not know me, and I thought they did, and it's like, oh my God. And then there's people that are trying to bring Dr. Morris into this shit. And it's like, fuck you. He already has his own shit to deal with of people making false accusations about him. He doesn't need this fucking shit. I am so fucking pissed and so hurt. And you know what I do? You guys don't even know. Every single attacker, every single person who has like attacked me, I'm fucking praying for your ass, and I am hoping that you are good and that you succeed. I am hoping for your success. Do you know that? when you are fucking attacking me, I am praying for your fucking ass. Good. Call me later. And thank you so much for those who have. Oh my God. This has actually turned out to be a good thing. I mean, this is like the shit and the stuff. And there are people like all the people who said whatever they did. And there's, again, like 5 or 7 that have direct experience with me. And I'm going to go over each one. Okay? And I'm going to make my amends right here as best as I possibly can. And I know my amends is not going to be sufficient because it hasn't in the past. I've already made the amends. I already said I was sorry. And the only way the amends will be taken is if I buy into their story. And the story is not true. The story is your shit. It is your stuff. It is your unresolved issues. And dare I say, daddy issues? You got some daddy issues? That's what the percentages would say. I know I've had my mommy issues. I know I've had 12, 15 years of intense work on it. Why don't you look at your stuff? Why are you like putting me and trying to make me out like I'm bad? You don't even know me. You don't even know how good I am. You have no idea. I have been nothing but honest online. And I have been from the beginning telling you all that I am perfectly imperfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, they got to me though. And I got pulled in. And then on Friday night, I spent like so much time like trying to do my response as good as possible. And then on Saturday morning, I'm still like doing the responses while I'm trying to do my cleanse. And I was late for my cleansers. This shit came into my work. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to fucking help people. My fucking life is on helping people. And you think I have selfish motives? You think I have like motives? You better look at yourself. Fucking man. Anyway, I mean, all of that stuff. It's all stuff. It's all story. All of that stuff is the same theme. And all of you, every single one of you who have taken that stuff and have run with it because you don't like me for whatever reason, you might, just might, find some relief and peace in life if you start to look at your own shit. I look at mine every day. Intensely, and I always wanted to improve and be a better man. So here is some of the stuff. This is what happened, and this is my version of what happened. And as we know, there's always 3 sides to every story, right? What they said, what you said, and what really happened. So I do my best to be in truth, and I'm going to tell you what a few people have said, like what the accusations are, and I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm not going to mention people's names because I don't need to drag anybody's name in the dirt. I don't need to sit there and try to make someone look better or bad so I could look better. It's like, what are you jealous of? You know, jealousy is like one of the worst like vibrations to hold. Do you know that it is impossible to be jealous? It is an impossibility to be jealous if you have high self-esteem. I learned that one in 2012 when I liked a girl and she liked somebody else. And I was hurt because I thought she really liked me, and then she liked somebody else, and I started to get jealous. And then I started to do work on me. And when I did work on me, I got better. And I stopped getting jealous. I started to get happy for other people's success. Why are people so into what I'm doing? How have I hurt you? There's like 5 or 6 that have come out of the woodwork. And they're like, he has been exposed. Shame on you. Shame on you and you and you and all of the ones who have followed the pack. You know the ego always tries to separate. You're going to like protect me from what? You're judging me for what? I keep hearing that song. Don't ever try to judge me, dude. You don't know what the fuck I've been through. But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. That's 8 Mile Eminem final rap battle after he just got jumped by like 6 motherfuckers who didn't like him. And he just like rapped it, and he won, you know, and he talked about suicide too. God forbid. We're gonna get to that in a second. But here's I got about 5 or 6 people that all have the same theme, and so let's go. I'm not gonna mention names. I just created a video on haters. You'll agree with how people, oh, totally. It is, it is, and it's like, what is the deal? It's like, you know me? Do you know me? Then you know my heart, and you know it's gold, and you know it is for the better good of humanity. And for you to think that there is something different, that I have motives and I'm trying to get this, that, and the other, shame on you. Shame on you and you. That is, and then for you to like bring it to Dr. Morse, a man who I recently said that I would take a bullet for. You fucking don't know shit about me. And you're still in your stuff, you're still in your story, and you're still in your ego. That's all it is. And it's based on story, and they all share the same story. And still not one of them can tell me what it is I exactly did. It's all subjective stuff. It's not objective. All the stuff is like objective is like Steve walked to the store. Subjective is Steve walked to the store. And did you see how arrogant he was when he was walking? Do you know that he was going into that store to steal something? That's like all your shit. I just walked to the store and you put everything on it. That's your whole twist. Shame on you. And the shame is that you are getting other people to join you. You're trying and you're like you're like rounding up the troops. And as far as I'm concerned, this doesn't surprise me that much. Because one, I'm getting told left and right that it happens to everybody coming up. And 2, Donald Trump is our president. Nothing will surprise me. Okay? And if you like Trump, I'm not going to get into that right now, but have at it and love him to death, whatever you got to do. We're going to go back to the farm, the pharmacy, F-A-R-M-A-C, like what we're really here to do. So let's talk about the people. Let's talk about, I'm not going to mention names because their names don't even matter. Okay, person number 1 who has said something about me. I don't even know, I don't even remember who she is, but she is a friend of my ex-fiance. Barry Murphy, thank you, love you too. And that's what I've been getting. It's like with all, with a few people that have created the story and the sheep that are following them, all in the name of fear to protect themselves. I have gotten, Saturday, I probably lost 3 pounds of tears with all the calls and private messages because I was starting to take on the story too, and I was like, maybe I am bad. Maybe, let me check myself. And it's like, Steve, and I'm like, okay, I'm back to normal. And it's like, I was like, and I started to cry, and it's like, that's what happens. It's like when people see me, oh my God. That's all I've ever wanted to be, is seen. And yeah, I love attention. Get over it. You might like attention too. I have, as far as I'm concerned, ADD. I grew up with it, attention deficit disorder. I didn't get enough attention growing up. And so now I'm a speaker and I get attention and I love it. I love attention. And I wholeheartedly admit it. So what? Get over it. You love attention too. Everybody loves good attention, and everybody hates bad attention. And I got a few people, a handful. So let me get to like the particulars. So I was going to be married in 2013. I had a fiance in Canada. I loved her. It was like, oh my God. And it was hot and heavy and powerful, like 5 months of my life, where it was like, she was it. I found the one. This is it. And we started fighting. And we fought more. And I was not feeling it anymore because we kept fighting. And I don't want to fight. And it's like, we're fighting so much. And if anything, and people were like saying that I was bad. And it's like, you don't know. I still have a scar on me from physical abuse. Yes, sometimes women could do that. And I still stayed. And I was like, maybe I could work it out. And it's like, I know I attract broke women. I know I do. And they look at me, and he's like a sensitive guy. He listens. He's a chef. He makes food. He's in his heart space. He cries. He laughs. He's joyful. All this stuff. And so I seem to attract those that need a lot of fixing. And I'm in a place in my life where, yes, and this came up too, is like, I wholeheartedly have told people I want to be married. I want a woman in my life. And I want someone like that I'm not just nurturing, but she's nurturing me. Like, I want someone to make food for me. I want someone like a soft place where I could fall. And if I want to get married, and everyone knows that, it's like, that's a great thing. So, anyway. So I was like, oh my God, I found the one. And it's like, and then we were fighting, and I was like, okay, maybe we could get over the fights. And we just kept doing it and kept doing it, kept doing it. And the deal is, I told her, stop breaking up with me. Because I'm like looking for like stability. I'm looking for like steadiness, okay? Carl, thank you. You're all beside me. Not all of you are. Some of you I've seen come on have actually taken the bait. And you're taking the bait that I am bad. And it's like, I wholeheartedly, from the bottom of my heart, from my dad's grave, I am good people, and I have good intentions. I want to help the world. And for you to say anything different, fuck you. I'm so fucking pissed. And it's not because of what you think. It's because you are trying to spread shit to take me down. And it's like, take me down? You're not going to take me down. You can even get me, like, so Dr. Morris, like, doesn't like me. You can even do any, like, or that he's scared. You're putting shit in where he has to, like, think about shit now. He has to, like, think about Steve Factor for a second. And doubt to possibly take on the story. You think he wants any of that in his life? He's already dealing with that shit. Well, I'm looking for stability. And she kept breaking up with me. And I said, stop breaking up with me. And she kept breaking up with me. And then she broke up with me. And so I said, bye, break up with me, we're done. And so we were done. And then she called back and said, I'm sorry. And I said, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not playing this dance. You have said sorry so many times, and you keep doing the same thing. We are not good. It is a toxic relationship, and there's even a little bit of violence going on. And it's like, and how much money was spent there, going to Canada and giving to her and all that kind of stuff. Because I thought, like, this is it. Woo! Okay. So, one of her friends jumped on the bandwagon and said, Steve Factor is this, and this. He is bad. He is that, this. There wouldn't be any bias there, would there? It's like, she doesn't have any, like, friends with her, and there's no bias there. It's just one side, and it's a story. It's a perception of me. I'm arrogant. Why don't you check out your own arrogance? There is not one person on planet Earth who is secure in themselves who think I'm arrogant. Not one. But there are many people who are insecure who think I'm arrogant. They see my confidence, and they say that's arrogance. I'll tell you guys, I do about 5 things in this world that are like great, and I fucking rock at it, and I'm fucking awesome at it, and I wholeheartedly like own that. And there's about 5 million things in this world that I suck at, I'm terrible at, and I shouldn't be doing them. So whatever you if that is arrogance, then let it be arrogance. Whatever it is, I wholeheartedly owned. I am a great shooter at basketball. I'm a great mixer on the DJ turntables. I am a great chef. I make great raw food, and I'm a great speaker and communicator, and I'm a great listener. Those are few things that I'm great at in the world. Pretty much everything else that you could name, I suck at. Pretty much. Thank you. Miss you too. I love all my brothers and sisters who, like, you guys who have come to me and during this, and they're like, we know you, Steve. And some of them are like, they're fishing, and some of them are like, oh, they're loving it. They're like, yeah, let's get him. Okay, let's get on to the next person. The next person would be Juice Bar Investor. Oh, she's been waiting a long time for something like this. She's been like salivating for some other people to come forward and do all of this. So what is the problem? First of all, why is anyone going to social media for the problem? Why aren't you coming to me? We've already talked. So I had somebody, many people, like 8 people, invest in a juice bar a long time ago, and I'm going to tell the story a little bit. And I wouldn't even want to tell this. This is going to be like a story for a movie or like on stage. But now I'm like here to tell my life story. So this juice bar, I founded this idea. I put $175,000 of my money, which was everything I had. I got with 2 partners who fucked me and took over and failed. And when we were doing the juice bar, when I was running it, the first few months, we were profitable. On month 2, we had lines. We had people saying, this is it. Thank you. Thank you, Maggie Ra. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. There's going to be other people here, and they're going to come on, and they're going to like say their shit. Or maybe it's too early for them right now because they're sleeping or whatever it is. But okay, so I got into this thing with 2 guys, and here was the deal. The investors had 33%. I had 33%. I put $175,000. The investors put in a total of $250,000, and then 2 partners who put 0 money in, but put time and energy in, and they had expertise. And the three of us were perfect. It was perfect. It was a perfect combination. I had one guy who was amazing at business. He was the CEO. He was amazing. Like, he knew like the Excel spreadsheets and the projections and cost of goods and all those number things. CEO, perfect. He's amazing at that. He was the guy designed to be in the back of the house with all the numbers and, the structure. Then we had another guy who was the out guy. He was the promoter. Perfect. He's the guy who likes to talk. He likes to sell. He sells. It's like perfect. And then there's me. I'm the front guy. I'm the pure energy guy who dances. I'm the guy who kisses babies and pets dogs and things. Thank you. I'm getting like private messages right now. Don't waste your energy on the issue. I need to address it because my reputation that I have worked so hard for is being in question. Thank you, Jerry. I am trying to get the divine, and I want to come from a good place, a godly place, a place of like dignity and honor, and I want to try to do this video as good as I can. And I know I'm falling short. I know I could be saying it better. I'm like so self-critical of myself because I've been so criticized my entire life, especially growing up, and now I'm getting it again. I'm the kind of guy who wants people to love me. And there's people like who like hate me. So we had the perfect man. My my private messages are blowing up. Thank you guys. So we had a perfect. I was like the front guy. We had the back guy, and we had the out guy, promoter, the CEO, and the personality guy who dances and gets people excited about fruits and vegetables. Well, those two guys wanted to go out of their lane, and they wanted to come into my lane. I was like, okay. Well, it got to the point where I was washing dishes, and the sales guy that people would call in and say, is that guy there? No. Good, because I want to come in and eat in peace, was a total like New York salesman. And people were like, stay away from that guy. He's just selling. He would wear a suit there. And he was now the new front guy. It was like absurd, okay? And I'm in the back doing dishes. I'm like, if you want to do the salad, Steve, if you want your King Kong salad, then you got to make it. I was like, okay, whatever I got to do, just tell me what to do. And I was working 20-hour days to try to make my dream of like helping people and having a hub in Burbank. And it's like they came in and started to say, we don't have to be all organic. Not everyone will know. We don't have to like have spring water in a glass bottle. We could get it in a plastic bottle and put it back in a glass and no one will know. And I'm like, you're releasing toxins when you cry. You will feel better. Oh no, I love this. I love crying because this is me. I am someone who is transparent. I've always been transparent. That is my thing. No, I shouldn't say I haven't always been transparent. There was a time when I hid, and I hid behind the social mask. And then I got to be around a lot of brothers, and these brothers loved me until I could love myself. And I started to love me, and I started to be like, I don't have to be, I could show people everything. I could show people my hurt. I could show people my joy. I could share with people my anger, my fear. And that's what I put on social media. I put it all out there. Most of the time it's joy, because most of the time I am. And so, woo! So, anyway, we were profitable month 2, $75,000 coming in the doors. And then they wanted to change things and do it their way. Why? 2 reasons. Go. They started not to like me. They started to say, Steve is this, and Steve is that. And it's like, oh, why did you hook up with me in the first place? It's like they discovered how bad I was. And it's like, maybe if you start to focus on yourself, maybe you'll have a better life. And that's my same message to all of these people. All these people are in my business. They're talking about like, Steve, you should post different. Why don't you post different? Why are you worried about my page? Why don't I have the followers that love me and we do it like that? And on your page, you do the followers how they love you and you do that. All of these people, I'm going to say it again, have the same story. All of these people I am praying for, and I am rooting for your success. There are a couple people who are like doing good work, and they're sharing Dr. Morse's message, and they're doing good stuff, and they're taking their time on this stuff, story, ego, all fear-based. Predator, preying on the innocent? You are fucking out of your fucking mind and don't know shit, and you are projecting. This says so much about you. You spot it, you got it. Okay, so I know. I'm trying to be the bigger person, and I am, because I'm not mentioning their names. I don't even need, it doesn't even matter who their names are. They're also matter who my name is, so they could protect the innocent. Protect from what? From what? God. Oh, I'm listening to my inner voice, Connie. Damn right. I learned that one a long time ago. And the voice isn't here. That's the dangerous voice. This is the voice to listen to. This one knows everything. This is the fucking genius that we all have. Not this fucking thing. This is, Dan Millman talks about this. The mind is a wonderful servant and a terrible master. That's why meditation is so important. That's why prayer is so important. Every single person who has done, I know, you saw the post trying to figure out, it's like they're causing confusion. They're causing doubt. Like that Steve is possibly bad. Like, I am good people. I am. I wholeheartedly know that from the bottom of my heart. And I am still praying for your ass. You not only like wake up, but that you change your focus from getting in other people's business, focus on your stuff, and while all of this is going on, there are 7 billion people on planet Earth that are in desperate need of help. And they are dying, they're sick, there are people who are in prescription lines as we speak, they're in doctor's offices and all of that shit, and from the medical mafia and the pharmaceutical cartel. And we found like answers, and the answer is nature, and the answer is love, and everything else is just stuff. That's what I say, 3 things on planet Earth: nature, love, stuff. And there are people who are addicted to the stuff, and they need more stuff. And what happens with the stuff is it creates more stuff. And then when there's more stuff gets created. And then there's stuff because of the stuff, because of the stuff. Hey, Tina, and thank you too. Man, thank you for the talk the other day. It's like we're talking about the stuff. This is like damage control. All based on story. Collective story. It's like, why don't you work your shit out? It's like, I know this might hurt you, but it's like, there's daddy issues. It seems like there's a lot of codependency. And some of you are like have said, you have put, like the ones that are attacking me, that they put me on a pedestal. That's your fault. That's your own ego reflecting off of me. Don't ever put another human on a pedestal. I'm not all that. I'm a work in progress. I am pure energy at the core, just like all of us. I'm more of a student of pure energy than a teacher. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. And people know me is like it's like absurd. And what's absurd is that the people are following. Okay, so anyway, back to the juice bar. So the juice bar went on for about 3 years, and it failed, and they sold it, and I didn't get any money whatsoever. And they kicked me out of the juice bar, and here's how they kicked me out of it after 1 year. They actually went to the investors and said, Steve goes or I go. The big CEO guy, and of course, because he knows the business, and the business was hurting, they're like, we better go with that. Steve's, he's funny and he's playful, but this is business, and we want to. No, you stay, he goes. And the reason why they got to that was this: they said to me, Steve, you got to be here all the time. And I was like, I am. There's nobody that was at that address, 4201 Alameda Avenue, more than me by a long shot. I almost slept there. It was about a few blocks from my house, and that's pretty much where I lived. And so it got to a point where we weren't making money, and I ran out of money, and I needed to go get another job somewhere. And they said to me, that's your personal problem. Don't bring that here. Not like, Steve, work the cashier and take a job as $10 an hour even. That wouldn't even have crossed their mind. It was like, let's get him out. and they sold the idea to a couple of investors, to a couple of people who have said to my face, I love you. And they said, yep, we're going with you. And they ended up failing miserably. And they sold it, and there was, I guess, just enough money to pay all the investors back, including this one investor. They made about, I think she made, what was it? I don't know. It was 15% on her money. 15% she got back. I got back 0. I put my life into it. $175,000. Well, anyway, this woman saw something in me. She saw some kind of like thing, like, hey, TV or video or something like that, and I want to invest in you. And so she invested about $12,000 or so. I was like, great. And she's like, we got to get like a contract going, and you got and get this thing signed so it's like legal. And I'm like, great, let's do it. And we had an agreement form. We signed that. And she said, we need a contract. I feel really uncomfortable without a contract. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Steve, I really need this contract. I'm like, okay, where's the contract? She said, I'm going to get to it. I'm like, okay, so when you get to it, I'll sign it. I'll read it first, but I'll sign it. And then she said, well, I need you to sign the contract. And I'm like, okay, let's have it. It was like a movie. It was almost like a comedy skit. Here, will you sign where's the contract? Okay, so anyway, there was no contract signed, but there was the agreement, and I started to pay her back any chance I got. If I got made $100 extra that month or something like that, I was like, here, and I'd send it, and she would say thank you, and then I didn't send it, and then she like sued me, and it's like there's still like there's no, what are you gonna do? Get what is it? Blood from a turnip? You ain't getting shit if I don't have it. So I got to a point in the last few years ago, where I had $5.86 to my name. And I was like, and I was homeless. Not really homeless. I was in my car. And I talked to some of my brothers who have been really homeless, and they said, if you got a car, you're not homeless. And I'm like, okay. So I got to learn this. And this Beverly Hills boy who grew up in Beverly Hills and always had money and was a top-selling mortgage broker and won awards, and when other companies were cutting all the mortgage brokers down because of the refinance crisis or whatever was going on, I was one of the top 50 with B of A and Wells Fargo and then the big boys, and they were like there was only 50 or 100 mortgage brokers in the country that were allowed to, and I was one of them. I was good at what I did. And because I was helping people. I would call them when I said I did, and I would give them a rate that I told them I would, and I wouldn't try to gyp them, and people loved that about me. And I boomed. And then I discovered raw food, and I was like, I'm getting out of this business, getting out of the corporate world. I want to help people with fruits and vegetables. I need some of the kind of things that we go through life. I know, betrayals, accusations, it's all builds character. You will rise above this crying. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's what I keep hearing from those that have gone before me. This happens to everybody coming up. Everybody experienced some kind of shit like this. And man, okay, so anyway, so she jumped in on the bandwagon. She got in, as soon as she saw like negative stuff about me online, she's like, oh yeah, me too. And it's like, maybe if you can start something, you can go and finish it through. Maybe that's, like start to beginning and go to beginning to end, completion. Like that's something that could happen. It's like, but she stopped. She got scared, and it was like a Thursday, she was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. And then Friday, she's like, I'm out of here. And I'm like, what happened? Was there a conversation? Like, did I miss something? Or it was like, no. And I'm like, why did you leave? She goes, because I love you so much, and I would be crying if I were still staying there. And it's like, if you love me so much, then why are you leaving? It's like, so whatever. She had her choice, and she invested, and anytime you invest, there is risk. It's like, don't invest in me. And we're going to get to that in a second, because people have said that I manipulate. This is very like codependent talk. I manipulate people into giving me money. And I guess I'm talking about it now since we're on that, and then we're going to go back to the other people. But I have made it very clear on Facebook. I have made it very clear in video and on text that if you want to invest in Steve Factor, you must believe in what I am doing and the mission I am here to do. My mission is this. This is my mission statement. To help the world go from sick care to health care by way of nature and love. And my life is on it. My life is dedicated to it. My life, is everything in it, is more important than anything in the world, including my life. And it's like, to think that I have like ulterior motives or something like that. And so you invest in me. You invest in me because you want to invest in me. You see me. You see my core. You know me. And you know what I'm trying to do. And you know it's good stuff. My drive comes from my dad, who died when I was 13 years old from cancer. My brother, who died 15 years ago from heart disease. Number 1 and 2 killers on planet Earth. And I got to see my dad get fried with chemotherapy. He was my everything. He was my everything. And so I have a lot of drive. I have a lot of passion in what I do. And I have a lot of belief in nature and love is the answer to everything. Even that. And that too. Nature, love. Those are the 2. There's 3 things on planet Earth. Nature, love, and stuff. Everything else besides nature and love is stuff. All the ego, all the fear, all the story, all the artificialness in this world, all the cell phones, all the stuff that we're looking at. It's all stuff. The only 2 things that are real in this world are nature and love. Everything else is an illusion made up by the ego, that is made up by fear. Fear is powerful. Second most powerful thing on planet Earth. Only love can conquer that. It's only love. So, here's the thing. So, I have a drive, and I have a passion to help people. And I'm here to help the world. And there's a growing number of us who are doing it too. And some of these people are like coming against me. And I keep praying for you. I keep praying for your ass. That you will fucking open up your eyes and see that you are wasting planet Earth time while you could be helping one of the 7 billion people who are fucking in pain right now. And you're doing this shit. Shame on you. How dare you? You don't even fucking know me. And those who like would tell me, like would say to me, like they didn't even like call to ask my side. They just ran with it, with the negativity, with the fear, with the ego, with the story. Shame on you. Shame on you. You can do better than that. You are better than that. You better rise up. You want peace in your life? You're going to rise above the stuff. Oh, man. And like to bring Dr. Morris into it. God. We have an angel that came to fucking planet Earth who's here to help, and he's already taken shit. He doesn't need to hear this shit, your story. You're fucked up because you haven't fucking worked on your ego, and you're trying to project it onto me. You're wasting precious time while there are people that need your help. I'm going to still pray for you. I'm still rooting for you. I still think you're amazing. Yes, you know who I'm talking about. You're doing good work. And you better not fucking shut your website down because of this shit. You better fucking rise up and put on your fucking girl pants and step up to the plate and help people like you're great at doing. Do that. Help people. Fucking man. Wasting shit on story. Unresolved issues. Probably daddy issues. It's probably because it's like there's definitely like women men talk. Like I'm the man preying on women. I honor the goddess. I honor women. In fact, I think women are better than men. You know that meme that says like the old guy with the white beard and all, and he says like to think that women can be compared to men is like absurd. Women have always been better than men on every level. It's like, I know, there's my dude, there's my meme. I know that one. So that is like all stuff, unresolved stuff. Work your stuff out, and then you're trying to like bring other people, and you're trying to bring like the big wigs in, and they're calling me and they're like, Steve, they're trying to like reel me in, and they love this guy, they trust him wholeheartedly. But they're not trusting him now because he didn't join their side. He's like, this is mob mentality. He's like, I'm not joining this. It's like, this is stuff that to do outside of Facebook. You guys are trying to like cyberbullying is like suicide has been brought up, right? And so it's like now I know like some people who want to like be in the who get cyberbullied and then commit suicide. It's like, I get it. It's like, it's hurtful. I'm a raw dude, man. I don't have very much protection. I feel it. I feel intensely. I feel happiness intensely. I feel sadness intensely. I'm very empathetic. I feel it. Whew. I feel it. You guys know I feel it. Oh my God. So we got like the ex-fiance and her friend who talked bad about me. And we got the investor lady who did not come through with her side of the stuff, and she sued me and all this stuff, and I don't have money, you're not gonna get blood from a turnip or whatever the saying is, and she got to jump on, and then I'm trying to go into order of events here. And then there's another one. Okay, so this one, she was delight. I know she was jumping for joy when she heard the first like dirt about Steve Factor. She was like, oh my God. And she's like, I'm going to be the one to say his name. I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to say his name. And it's like, there it was. And so she said my name. She called me out because everyone was like talking shit and like making like accusations about me, but they weren't doing it. They weren't saying my name. And then she said it, and they were like, okay, we're all gonna say his name now. We're gonna have like just a total witch hunt. We're gonna like have this party, and we're gonna like take him down. So this lady happens to be in program. For those that don't know what program is, it's the 12 steps. She's very open about it. I'm not going to like get into what her name is or what program she's in, but there's the 12 steps that have saved many people's lives. And she is in Self-Will Run Riot. And if she's watching, or the replay, Did you check this stuff, your actions, with your sponsor? No, of course you didn't. Your sponsor would advise you to do the opposite of what you did. You're in self-will run riot. Now, you're like making it harder on your ego. Your ego, you talk about my ego, you're making it harder on yourself, because if you continue to stay in the program and you continue to believe in it, you are going to have to come to me and do a 9th step for you to have peace of mind. You're going to see, as you keep detoxing the layers of mental toxicity, which is all story. Most of us had to try to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. You know the terms. You know the texts. It is a spiritual axiom. If I am disturbed, something is wrong with me. You know that? This is like, that's a program where you take responsibility for yourself and you get out of other people's business. You start to focus on you and not the wrongs of others. So here are my wrongs that she is claiming. Here's what the wrong is. You ready for this? So, I don't know, a couple months ago or whatever, level 1, Dr. Morris in May. And that time, the last few years, I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I've had an on and off relationship with someone for 3 or 4 years, and on and off 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 and again and again. And remember, I talked about my ex-fiance before. It's like, stop breaking up with me. And it's like, it's like I am responsible because I'm picking them. I'm bringing them in my field. I'm responsible for that. And I am really trying to find my lesson here. Like, what is the lesson? Is it like not to be so honest? Anyway, so here we go. So, so her deal was that I complimented her. And I thought, maybe there could be something here between us. I was like kind of attracted to her. And there was another girl, it happened to be her roommate. I was attracted to her too. And it felt like they were both attracted to me by the way they were talking and this and that. And one of them even grabbed my hand on the airplane ride home. We actually were mysteriously or coincidentally, we're in the air. And so like I thought, there was like possibly something there. And she got upset when they found out that I told them both the same thing. Well, I'm the same person. Did you want me to have like a different pickup line for one than the other? No, I don't do pickup lines. I just say what is. And if I feel something, I say it. Maybe that's my lesson. Just like, don't say so many things, Steve. But I'm like, blah. It comes to my mind and I say it. And that's what people seem to love about me is like, got my blue, this is all sad. Sorry you're dealing with this. Thank you. I guess it's going to make me stronger, and everyone who comes up goes with that, So anyway, so they were talking and saw that I said like the same things to each. And it's like, yeah, I did. Guess what? And we didn't even kiss or anything, either, none, or sex, nothing like that. There wasn't even any touch. I mean, maybe a hug, but there's nothing like that. And so, and there was like a time they said sexual, like harassment. And I was like, and one of the things I was like, oh, no. And then she came and she said, no, there wasn't sexual harassment. I was like, okay, good. I was like, whew. I was like, oh, I was about to like lose it, like a just straight up lie. Great, Jennifer, that is great. Not sure what happened, but praying for all parties involved. That's the spirit. I'm praying for them too. And I'm praying for me. I'm praying that this could come into something really good. Shit, maybe I'll even get an investor from this. Maybe I'll get a new client from it. Anything could happen like that when people get to see, like, who could people invest in people that they love and trust and believe in. So anyway, I see you as a bright and shining light. Thank you, Kate. You know, and some of my friends who have been around like for years and they know me now, it's like, thank you. Thank you. My character has been in question. And it's like, if there's one thing about me, is like, I know I'm clean. I'm good people with good intentions. I don't know how many times I gotta say that. It's like, I'm like even this whole video, it's like I could be like helping somebody. You know, it's like I could be like helping someone who might need like detox work or something like that. Okay, so anyway. So I said the same thing. Well, guess what? I would say the same, I would kiss you the same way I kissed her. Not that we kiss, but because I'm the same person. If we made love, I'd make love in the same way, the same sequence, whatever. I would like try to attend to your needs in the same way I'd attend to her needs. Why? Because I'm the same person. She's like, well, you shouldn't, her advice was like, you shouldn't say things like that. You like and I was like, why? Why can't I express that I like two people? Why can't I like two people at the same time? What's the problem here? Haven't you ever liked more than one person at the same time? Have you? Is that bad? It's not like I slept with one and like pretended and then none of that, and you guys all admit that. But it's like, so what is it? Oh, we're back to the stuff, the story, the ego, the fear, the unresolved issues, very likely unresolved daddy issues. Sorry, I know that hurts you, and I'm sorry that anything I said might have hurt you. I never wanted to hurt you. I'm not into hurting people, I'm into helping people. You think I want to hurt you? For a second? You don't even know me. Gosh. I'm like extra sensitive. I'm vegan because I'm extra sensitive. Like I have this thing called compassion, and some of you vegans are like some of the angriest people in the world who have like compassion for animals, but don't even get the compassion for your fellow human beings who haven't learned what you've learned yet. That's like, you are so uninviting. Makes me like ashamed to even call myself a vegan sometimes. But it's like, man. So, okay. So we got them. So we got her. So her main issue was that I was telling the same thing to her as I did someone else, that I liked them both. Get over your ego. Maybe your ego could like the fact that I liked you until you like opened up your mouth too much. I'm sorry, but it's like, you know, and initially I dug it. I dug you. Why is that? You gonna like put me in jail for that? And because I said the same thing to somebody else that I said to you? Everybody knows that I want to be married yesterday. Everybody knows I've made it clear that I am looking for my queen goddess. And I know that she's going to come at the right time, at the perfect time, and I'm going to like spoil her rotten and like bow to her feet. You know, like that's what I want. That's what I want. That's my fairy tale. That's the way I'm going to live it. And so I'm into fairy tales. I get to create the story the way I want to. And my story is that like my queen goddess and me are gonna like honor each other and like love each other and be a soft place to fall for each other and nurture each other. And it's like I want what like we all want at the core, and that is like to share a life with someone that is like our best friend. I want to get married. Great. We should get married then. See, right there, like me just like joking like that, that could be like taken. That could be taken as like, he said he wanted to marry me. For those of you who think I want to marry you, let me tell you something. I think it would be a really good idea that before we get married, that we go on at least one date. Don't you think we should before we get married? You guys, it's all like the words I say, and you take them, and then you run with it and say, he meant this, 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 and this, and this. No, that's what you meant. That's the thing called projection. One finger is pointing at your person you're blaming, and 3 fingers are pointing back at you. You spot it, you got it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. We are all walking around with a bunch of mirrors, and if you like something about me, it's because you got it in you. If you don't like something about me, it's because you got it in you. It all comes down to you. We are selfish creatures, human beings, every single one of us, including the post I made by Mother Teresa. She would even tell you she was selfish. She did it so she could get close to God. She helped all those people so she could get close to God, so she could know God better, so she could feel great. I'm helping. There's nothing wrong with selfishness. Selfishness is only a problem when you're hurting other people. That's when selfishness becomes a problem. So, selfishness is a term. Oxymoron. Double entendre. Whatever they're called. Anyway. So we got the ex-fiance who had someone who was rooting for me to go down. Steve Factor is terrible. He is horrible. Yes. And then there is the investor, juice bar investor, waiting for Steve to go down, and other people. And she's like, yes. And I've been feeling alone in this, and then now I have the evidence. You have just more people that are buying into the same egoic, fear-based story. You haven't worked through your shit. That's why you're projecting it on me. So we got, okay, so now we go, I think now is the retreat. Okay, so there was a retreat, a trial retreat, the Pure Energy Cleanse and Culinary Retreat, the first one. Okay, this was a trial run. And the way we set it up at the beginning, or I wouldn't have done this because I didn't have money, and I still don't. I'm still doing it. Like, I think I'm living pretty positively, pretty, like, great, like, with financial insecurity. Like, when I first had that problem 4 years ago, this Beverly Hills boy, top-selling mortgage broker, always had money. I was like, whoa. But now I'm, like, used to it. I, like, know it. Okay. So we got those matching stories, and I'm allowed to like 2 girls at the same time. I was honest with both of you. We didn't even kiss. We didn't do anything like that. What is the problem? You got jealous? Did you get jealous? It's okay to get jealous. But it's like, why does that make me bad? Because I told 2 people I like them? And you got upset because I didn't buy your story. You were like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say the same things to them that you do me. It's like, I could express to anybody anything I want. If I'm feeling it and it's true for me, it's not like I'm sitting there like sleeping with one and going to the other and doing me. There's none of that. I mean, you even admitted there wasn't even a kiss. So this is all like just talk. Okay. So now we come to the retreat. And we have this retreat set up, Pure Energy Cleanse and Culinary Retreat. And the idea behind this, curious why you are defending, Shelley. It's war, dear friend, and it appears you are suffering. It is. I have been suffering, and people want to know my side, and so people are coming to me. I've been attacked recently, Shelley, and basically the attack is Steve Factor is a predator, preying on unsuspecting women. Okay, so, and regarding like, because some of these like have been investors or thinking that they might invest in me, and again, if you have like investment dollar, you want to invest in me, and you're scared, or you're doing it out of guilt, or you're doing it out of like something. I don't want one penny from you. I'm not going to take money like that. I want money that's like Steve Factor, pure energy, trying to help the world. Hallelujah, God bless you. Here you are. Run with it. That's the only money I'm taking. I took fear money in the past, and I got to see what happened with fear money. Here's the money. No, don't do it. Ever. So, the retreat was not what it was meant to be, for sure. And I went in there not knowing what was going to happen. It was a trial retreat. And my whole thing was like, let's do this retreat and let's build it together. And the people that the original 4 or 5 set out were like, okay, let's do this. And the deal was this. Steve Factor was not to pay 1 penny. He's also not to make a profit. Unless he like gets a client on the side, or he meets a client at a raw food restaurant in Florida or at the beach or whatever, then he could do that. But as far as like the people coming to the retreat, there's no profit. We're just covering the expenses of the place and Steve's airfare and the food. Food, shelter, travel. Right? Pretty good deal, right? $77 a night to stay at a house near Siesta Keys and have all the food for you to eat. Pure Energy Cleanse and the Pure Energy chef teaching how to make food and how do we all make food together. $77 a night. There are people who thought that I was charging too much and that I needed to like pay some. Is like the future Pure Energy Cleanse and culinary retreats are not going to be $77 a night. They're going to be what it's worth, a lot more. So, yeah, that's the problem. Honest with ourselves. That's right. That's the thing. And so, if people would be honest with themselves, none of this would happen. If the people who are doing this would spend 20 minutes a day meditating, just meditate, you wouldn't do this. You couldn't sit still. You couldn't be like, yeah, I'm going to take him down. I'm going to take him down. He was wrong. We are right. We're going to take... You can't do that. And to sit there and spread gossip, twisting stories, half-truths based on stories, and then getting all the people that will do that. And you're trying to get like people who are like amazing in the Dr. Morris world, who are a little older, and they're like, I ain't doing this. This is a mob scene. I'm not your Inquisition. It's like, I know Steve Factor, and it's like, and those people who came out on Saturday, and I was just so many tears from the people who came and just say, we know you, Steve. We're sorry you're going through this. And there are haters and there are jealous people. And it's like, why? What are you jealous of? You want my financial situation? Then be it. Let's trade financial situations. You could have my... It's like, God, you jealous that Dr. Morse likes me? I like him. What's wrong? He likes you too. He loves everybody. Why are you like dragging him in it? He's already got his own shit. He's got his own people trying to take other people trying to take him down. You think he needs this? You are hurting so many people by your ego. Gosh, they're like he won't own up to it. So anyway, this retreat wasn't all that it was, and there are people who are like if you have a problem with marijuana, then why are you smoking it? If you have a problem with cooked food, then why are you eating it? Why are you in other people's business? If you think a retreat should be run better, then create one and run it. I invited you so we could all work on this retreat together and make this into a we thing. And I was ready to take like instruction, like recipes, like maybe we could come up with new recipes. We could come up with new protocols, new activities that people would like together. And you're coming in criticizing from like the 3-minute mark? Like you driving from, I know you got a long drive to get there. You drove your ass from the northern East Coast to Florida, and you did that, and it's like, why do I have to pay because you had a bad drive, or it was a long drive? Why are you walking into a place and immediately criticizing? Like, maybe you could like give suggestions of how it could be better. Why would you criticize? Like, if you are such a good chef, and because you keep telling everybody how great you are, and you keep telling everyone how bad of a chef I am, then go be a chef and do your thing. I think I'm a great chef, and there's lots of people who agree. So, whatever, it's all subjective. You see what I'm saying? It's not objective. It's all opinion. And it's like, so then go do it. It's like, you want me to own up to your story? Why don't you own up to your own story and leave me alone? I'm not doing anything. Shame on you. My motives are clean. They're pure. I've said this before. I was crying in the video about 20 minutes ago. So we got the retreat people that were dissatisfied with how I did, and I told all of you guys, I am sorry. I try to find anything I could have done wrong. What could I possibly? Because that's how I'm trained. Like, anything that I did wrong is like, own it as fast as you could, rise above it. And I said, I fished for things that I could have done wrong. Instead of like, and you guys are all fishing, not all you guys, some of you are fishing for wrong. Some of you are looking at this video and you're like saying, where is he off in his words? Let me catch him here. He didn't say that right, or he didn't apologize right. Okay, I could own that. That maybe I didn't apologize in the way you thought I should. But I'm telling you now, I am deeply sorry if I hurt you. I never, ever wanted to hurt you or anybody. I am here on planet Earth to help people. And I have a mission. And the mission is not to be fucking around and shit your unresolved issues. You got the troops together and you try to get everybody in. He's not gonna know. He's not. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. It's actually a bill collector. It's like you don't even know my story. And you guys are so quick to judge based on what? Subjective opinions that are together. So the retreat wasn't all that. Do you want your money back? $77 a night for food and shelter? In a nice house? Is that what you want? Maybe you could be grateful instead. Like, instead of complaining, you could find the good. Maybe you could, it's like talking to, and there was like one who wasn't even part of the retreat, but we let them in because they were bringing in like farm food from the farm and stuff like that, and she's like 20. Okay, so I get that, but some of you are like 30. And some of you are like in your 50s, and one of you is like I think in your 60s, and it's and you're doing this. I mean, high school is over. Like the whole high school thing and the mob mentality. Shame on you. Shame on you and those who followed without talking to me first. All of you guys got to check yourselves and leave me alone. I have made my amends. I said I'm sorry to you. How many times do I got to say it? Just because I'm not going to subscribe to your story and say this is this and this and this, no. I reject your story. Your story is based on fear, based on ego. It's all stuff. You don't know me. You think I want to hurt anybody? For a second? You think that's me? You don't even believe that deep down. You know who I am. And while you continue to try to take me down, I am praying for you. And I'm praying for me, I'm praying for you, I'm praying that you could like rise above this and get out of the story that Steve is like bad and he's ready to like take advantage. Like there has been claims that I use Dr. Morris for my like better, like I'm using him. And it's like, how dare you? That hurts so much, because this is a man that has done so much for planet Earth, and I, for one, have like made a declaration when I was on the ayahuasca trip, and I was hugging the tree, and I was like saying thank you to the tree and life, and like, oh my God, I was having this epiphany. One of them was like, my life is dedicated to getting the world to know who Dr. Morris is. And it's like, I just got through doing my deliveries this morning, going to a rap artist who I can't tell you his name, and to a Emmy award-winning producer and director. I just dropped him off at the studios, at the Entertainment Tonight studios, right there on Radford. And it's like, and I gotta like talk about this shit. There are people, 7 billion people on planet Earth who need our help desperately, and you're bickering about stuff? 'Cause I liked somebody and I said the same words to her as I did you? Like I said, I would kiss you guys the same way too. I would make love to you guys the same way too. Why? Because I'm the same person. I do what I know how to do. It's like, I say what I say. You wanted me to have a different pickup line or something? I don't do that shit. I feel like I'm rising above it. I think this is part of it too. I need to say it. I hope people could watch it. There's another video you guys could watch. Some of you know a guy named Gary Parent. Well, he made a video recently about relationships. Maybe you guys could watch it. Like, if you don't trust me, I know you guys trust him. Like those are the doubters of me, the haters of me, the ones that have like took like the gossip and ran with it, all in the name of protecting the innocent from Steve Factor. You have no idea who I am. That is fucking absurd. God. Okay, so there was the retreat people who didn't like how I did it. Okay, so do your own retreat and do it better. Okay? I said I was sorry to each and every one of you. And I found things to be sorry for. I was like, I gotta find something to try. And you guys wouldn't even take one bit of ownership yourself. And it's like, but it's not up to me. That's up to God. It's not like I was like, okay, I'm gonna say mine and you say yours. I was hoping you'd say it back, but it's like, no. You still were like in your story. And you got to like believe, like the one who kept saying as a chef, I'm not going to come and take over, Steve. I don't want to come and take over. I'm not going to take over. This is your thing. I'm not going to take over. So then, why did you take over? Is it because of me? Oh, so you're blaming me for taking over? See, this is what I'm talking about. Personal responsibility. Any one of these people, like who are accusing, if you meditate for 20 minutes a day, just 20 minutes, you're not going to do this. You don't even want to do this. You're going to be like in your own, you're going to be like, how could I, like, 20 minutes? There's no way you're meditating. You're not like sitting there meditating. Yeah, we're going to take him down. That's not how meditation works. That meditation is like to clear out the stuff. Gosh, okay, so the final one, I think this is the final one, is an investor who was thinking of investing in me, and we were starting to get a little bit close. And we were starting to talk about like deep stuff. And one of the things I shared with her was something that is dark and deep in me, and it's something I'm ashamed of. And it's something to do with like not wanting to be on planet Earth anymore if I can't do and help people. Because there's times in the last 4 years where I've had it hard times, $5.86 to my name. I remember having my girlfriend at the time, and I had $20 to my name, and I gave her 10. Took out an $8,000 loan so she could get away from an abusive husband who she cheated on me with twice, and her kids so they could get out of there. And I'm still paying on that loan and behind on the payments. It is like my character is questioned. It is just like Eminem said in 8 Mile. Don't ever try to judge me, dude. You don't know what the fuck I've been through. But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. I mean, are we out of high school yet? Are we? I'm still paying that loan because I was told like that we would be like married, like I was betting on it. And she hid me. She hid me from her kids. Why? Because I didn't have money. Because I've been kind of broke. And it's like, well, good. Is like that is absurd. So I'm telling this woman that some deep stuff, she's telling me stuff, and we like even agreed on like we both have had thoughts of like leaving planet Earth, like taking our life, and that is used as a manipulation to get investment dollar. Hell fucking no. Like I've said, I don't want 1 penny out of fear, out of guilt. I can't have that energy. Guilt money? Why would I try? Why, if I was trying to like manipulate, I wouldn't say stuff like that. No one wants to give money to someone who like, but I was being authentic and honest, and I express it, and I've expressed that thought to people. It's not like I sit there and think about it all the time, but every so often in my life, I was like, if I have to try this hard, and I keep having door after door after door after door closed, and I know it's hard coming up, and I'm like watching all these motivational videos of people who have had those doors closed on them again and again and again, and they keep going. And I want to keep going too. And every so often I feel like giving up. And it's like someone made a post yesterday. She put down, she's like, I am, she says, I am suicidal. This was on Facebook. Someone said this like yesterday. And I like said, I wholeheartedly understand that one. You need to talk. And that weakness that I shared, something I'm ashamed of. I'm not a quitter. And sometimes I want to quit. I was being authentic and transparent, and that's used against me? Again, codependency. You got to work through your daddy issues. It is. It's daddy issues. It is. It's like the man is going to like take advantage of the woman. So you got to work through that shit. I've worked extensive time on mommy issues. I mean, extensively on my own inner psyche to try to like break the story, and that I am good and I am good people. And it's like, and I don't need to be criticized to try to get better. I can instead be encouraged. And so I learned how to encourage myself because I got around a bunch of brothers who loved me until I could love myself. Because I come from self-hatred. I come from doubt. I come from not good enough. It's where I come from. You know, when I used to play piano, I played amazing piano. But you put me in a recital, I shake. At least back then I did. I shake. I'm scared to death to make a mistake on a note. Play the wrong note. Because I'll be criticized in my mind. Man, I've worked through shit. And you guys are like projecting shit onto me. Instead of focusing on me, why don't you project or work on yourself? Instead of bickering about ego, there's again 7 billion people on planet Earth that need your help. And while you are trying to bicker about who Steve Factor is, you're trying to see and take him down and try to gather the troops. And the people you're gathering, they're not buying it. Some of them are. Some of them are like, oh my God, yes, I always didn't like him. And this is now proof that it's like cognitive dissonance. It's like, why don't you like me? Well, spiritually speaking, again, can't like or dislike something in somebody else that you don't have yourself. You spot it, you got it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I remind you of what? I trigger what in you? And again, thank God for all the people on Saturday. The private messages and the phone calls. And I lost about a pound or 2 of water from tears because I got loved up. And I got new clients. And this is like a good thing. But for those of you who are still in that, first of all, Facebook is not the place to do it. Second of all, it's so much more meaningful if you come to me directly. And some of you I could hear saying, but I did come to you directly, and you just wouldn't listen. And it's like, I actually did listen. And I'm not talking, I'm listening. When you are talking, talk, you're not listening. Can't do it at the same time. Maybe you should stop talking for a moment and start to listen. You want me to listen so much, then maybe you can listen more. Be the change you want to see in the world, right? We know that one. Man, okay, so here's the deal. I'm trying to so we basically got 5 or 7 people who have direct experience with me, who have a similar story of how Steve is this and this and this, and it's all subjective. It's what did I do? What is the charge? And what is your goal? What do you hope to obtain from this? To protect the innocent? You guys know. You guys know it. All of you know it. It's you know my heart. You know. You reach into your heart and you get to know. And you will know everything. Your heart is genius. And while you are sitting there doing that, you have no idea that I am praying for you and hoping that you do good work. I'm rooting for you. There's a couple of you who have made it known to me your dislike. And I think you're great. I think you're great for the world. And the world is a better place because you're in it. So stop over here. And this is a lesson, not just for me, for anywhere. Stop messing with other people and their business. And focus on yourself. You focus on yourself and who you could help. Again, I'm taking this time. We could be helping people right now. We're talking about the stuff. Stuff. Fear-based, ego, all stuff. Everything that has been presented to me is subjective. Steve said this, so therefore he meant that. No, that means you meant that. Projection, mirror, mirror on the wall. You spot it, you got it. What is the stuff? What is the actual accusations? Like, I didn't touch anybody, right? Like, everyone admits that. So it's the words that I've said. And I told you all, each one of you separately, directly, that I am sorry I hurt you. I did not mean to hurt you. And at the same time, I'm not buying your story, because your hurt isn't about me. I am triggering old hurt in you that you haven't worked through. And you got a collective 5 or 6 people who have direct experience with me, and they have similar stories, and I just told you all of them. And there's like, he won't admit it. He won't own his own stuff. Really? I'm still, tell me. Tell me what to own. Tell me what to say. But I'm not going with your story. That is a subjective. It's an opinion, right? It's like Steve walked to the store. That would be a fact. Steve walked to the store with his chest out, and he was so arrogant, and all of this. That is your story. Do you see the difference? Okay. So, and then these 5 or 6 people have now, like, fished for more people. And some of the people are like, yeah, I didn't like Steve. I mean, this is like a small group. I got thousands of people who flip and love me. And again, the phone calls and the people, those of you who have come, and even the ones who were like questioning my side. At least you came to my side. You didn't just like make the, at least that. But some of you were like, I don't even have to question it. It's like, Steve, they're jealous. They're doing this. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to take me down? You're not going to take me down. I mean, this might make me like, and I do, it's like I kind of like maybe I should step away from Dr. Morris and all that, and I should just like kind of stay in LA a little bit more. Maybe that's a signal for me that I just need to do that. But I'm sitting here like wanting to do everything I can to get Dr. Morris known across the world, and myself. I definitely wholeheartedly know that, and you guys, I've been very clear about that. I want to be rich, and I want to be famous. And I want both of those things, not because I want a yacht or a sports car or a Learjet or anything like that. But the more money I got and the more famous I am, the more people will eat fruits and vegetables. And that is a good thing. And I do it in a way that is non-dogmatic. Some of you raw foodists out there are so fucked up that nobody would ever want to be a raw foodist. Some of you vegans are so fucked up, no one wants to be vegan because of your fucked upness. Mind your own business. I have friends that fish. I have friends that eat meat. Just because they didn't get to see what I've seen yet. You know how much meat I've eaten in my life? You know how much of titty milk from a cow I've had? Stay off the cows. Leave them alone. Get milk from your own mother when you're a baby. I say that all the time. Man, I've had more steak, more pig, cow than like probably everyone on this video combined. It's like, but I'm not judging other people. You know why? Because it's not up to me to judge them. And the judgment that I make says so much about me. You want to know who people are? Listen to their judgments. Listen to how they judge. You get to know. Your book will be great. Tell people about this. Yes. I even thought of like a Hollywood movie from it. Like my life could be a Hollywood movie. My grandmother used to say that all the time. Her life could be a Hollywood movie. It's like the drama, man, that this Beverly Hills boy becoming homeless. And now he's like coming back. and people are trying to take me down. And they say that just happened. That's part of the territory, Steve. Everybody gets it. David Wolf got it. Dan McDonald got it. Even Tony Robbins gets it. And it's like it just happens. Like, as many people love Tony Robbins, he's got like his group that just hate him, despise, and it's like it's part of the territory. But it's like the weak-minded people that just follow gossip and rumors without even talking to me. Not even talking to me. They're just hearing he's going to deny it all. Deny what? What is it I'm denying? Why don't you look at your own denial? Denial. Don't even notice I am lying. Why don't you check yourselves? Whew. Man, a lot of crying on this video, especially about a half hour ago. Anyway, guys, what a video, what a time. Just to wrap it up, there's about 5 or 6 people who have had direct experience with me over the last 5 or 6 years, and they have found each other and have common ground. And the common ground is Steve Factor is bad, and that people need to watch out for him. And you guys are talking about yourselves, because I'm good people. At the core, I am so amazing, and so are you. We are pure energy, and we have layers of physical, layers of mental, layers of emotional toxicity. Every single one of us on planet Earth has layers. Depending on what degree depends on your health. The less those layers are, the healthier you are. The more in touch you are with your core of pure energy, the healthier you are. I am a student more than a teacher of pure energy, and I say that all the time. You guys are all about like perfectionists, and you guys have some of you put me on a pedestal, you said, and that you idolize me. That's your own ego. Stop doing that. Don't idolize any human being ever. You want to idolize someone? You want to like bow down to someone? Bow down to God or the goddess deep within you. Take a deep cleansing breath. Now it's time to catch your pure Jedi. I am with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am with the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me, for sure. I am a Jedi in training. And Master Yoda was like my first teacher. And it's like, anyway. So, I think I covered like all of the story. I told you my defense of it. I have explained the absurdity of the attack, and that the sheeple that are following 5 or 6 main gossipers, and because you have issue with me previously, and you're like, oh, good, yeah, maybe you could focus on yourselves and work on yourselves, be the change you want. And stop spending time trying to find something wrong with me, or anybody for that matter. Again, this is not an isolated, like, this is like, I can't like take this as like, you know, like part of me is like, this is a compliment. Like, man, there's a lot of attention on me. It's like, right, lately. And it's like, the negative attention has actually brought more positivity. And so while you guys who are like wanting to take me down and you don't like me, just know this. I am praying for you, and I love you, and I want to see you do well. I want you to do well. I want you to succeed too. We're all in this together. We're like, we got some information that people don't have, and that information is gold. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on who needs our help. 7 billion people. How many people are in the pharmaceutical lines right now? Right now, they're waiting in a line from the pharmaceutical cartel. Right now, they're being advised by the medical mafia. In all fairness to Western medicine, they are number one in the entire world in emergencies. You have an emergency, perfect. But as far as like day-to-day living, it's going to be nature and it's going to be love. Those are the two healers. Everything else is just stuff. So you guys could now like watch this video, those of you who've come on late, and those of you who you could see what you see, you could judge how you judge, and if you start to focus a little bit more on you, your life will get better. If you want to see how you can do better, and a few of you who have there's like 5 or 6 who have direct experience, and they share a story, and you guys got together, and the rest of you don't even have direct experience with me. It's just like you just don't like my personality. Shame on you. Shame on you for following them. Not all of you did. So a lot of you were like called me and said they tried to like hook me in, and then I told them no. Yeah, of course you're not going to get. I'm not even going to say his name, but all of you like look up to him because he's amazing. He's awesome. And it's like he's not joining that. He graduated high school a long time ago. He's not doing this whole thing. That's your stuff. And I have said sorry. I have, to each and every one of you, personally. And just because my sorry isn't, I agree with your story about me, it's, I'm sorry I hurt you. I never, ever want to hurt anybody. And I am here to instead help as much as I can. And I know my heart, and most of you do too. And I want to thank you guys who have come on Saturday, and just, it is, I did not know, like, I kind of knew, there was jealousy and stuff like that, and I know there's like a group of people who like, but it's like, I did not know how loved I was. And all of you who have like, I started to see some of the comments on my sarcastic posts on Saturday, and man, and I just remember like seeing 2 in a row from 2 people I love, and it was the time, and they did it. They just like they were coming in and like 2 in a row, and I just went, what? And I got private messages, and then people were calling me, and they were like, dude, I'm so sorry you're doing this. It happens to everyone coming up. And it's like, man. And the people who like have the evidence. Did you show all the evidence? Did you show the whole emails or just part of them? Did you tell about the conversation we had before that? Where I apologized to you? Did you put that in the mix too? Or did you just like make it so you can continue on with your egoic stance of me? Did you do that? Did you fall captive to the haters? Did you take the gossip? I keep thinking of Maya Angelou, who I believe is the most beautiful woman who has ever walked planet Earth. That's who I want as a wife. I'm not talking like looks, but those sparkly eyes and that smile and stuff like that is like true beauty from the inside out. She'd be the first one to say, what you guys are doing is wrong. Stop that immediately. You know you guys are wrong. Like, I could just hear her voice. So it's like, yes. So I'm telling you guys, those of you, stop it. Focus on helping more people. Stop with the story of, like, to protect the innocent from Steve Factor. That is your story, made up by your ego, made up by fear, which comes from your unresolved issues, and probably are your unresolved daddy issues. Take me off of that pedestal. I don't ever belong on one. No, neither does any human being on planet Earth. That's your own ego. And then you won't be disappointed at me when I'm imperfect. Because I am. And I'm perfectly imperfect. I say that all the time. So, just to wrap it up, my heart is for you guys, the haters against me, those that have took the bait and the story of others. My heart is with you. I pray for you. I love you, and I'm rooting for you. You guys are some of you are doing some good work. You're helping people. Keep doing that. I'm behind you in that. The story, trying to take down an angel like me. I am close to an angel. I'm pretty damn close to one. I feel like, yeah, I got some shit, but it's like, my intentions are pure energy. My love is pure. My heart is pure. And I'm here to help the world. And one of the things I want to do is helping the world is to help Dr. Morris get known. And I just got back from dropping off to Emmy Award-winning producer and director. And it's I'm trying to get Dr. Morris on TV. And you guys want to try to get Dr. Morris against me? He's not gonna go again. He meditates. He's solid. Just like the other guy you tried to get. I'm not gonna mention his name. The only name I'm mentioning is Dr. Morris. It's he's solid. He's not gonna play this. And he's got his own shit and people going after him. He doesn't need this. Stop it. In the name of protection. Absurd. You guys are gone. And you start to check yourselves and you start to meditate. In and out. You will see. And you will know. Because all the answers are deep within you. And at the core. In between all the layers of the toxicity, the physical, the mental, and the emotional, at your core, at my core, at all of our core, is pure energy. Namaste, brothers and sisters. The next video is going to be a lot more lighthearted. And we're going to move on. I'm moving on from this. They're going to if they still got to do it, they still got to prove their side, then let them. I've spent enough time away from this, from my work. And now it's time to get back to it. And it's a beautiful day here in Los Angeles. It's about, I don't know, close to maybe 9 p.m. a.m. Man, I'm tired. I definitely need some sleep too. This is worn me out. All right, you guys. Love you so much. Until the next time. Namaste. Pure, 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 pure. And a little bit of imperfectionistic energy. Beep.
And it's a sad thing when I have to do a video like this, because I love each and every one of you. But don't make no mistake, you're in a warring universe, you're on a warring planet. And that is just the nature of it. And the beautiful spiritual people are the God-awakened people more and more. They're trying to bring an overview to this. The sad thing, these people are preyed on a great deal by the negative forces because they don't want us here. It is the eternal fight of positive and negative. It's the way it's designed. So getting out of here is tough sometimes as well. You can't play the games anymore. So we have an individual that, and I want you to know that everyone that comes to our classes I consider my students. And I work with a lot of you on the inner planes as well. But that's about where I drop off. I don't know a lot of you personally, nor Steve Factor. I have done videos with many of you, including Steve Factor. If you look at the last video, you begin to see some problems there.
But it's so much better to come back to what Bob Marley talked about, one love, baby.
Like we are one love. We're already connected anyway.
But you want to see that and know that. You don't want to make yourself feel that. You want to see that oneness of all life that way. So it comes out of you, emanates out of you.
Okay.
Just as a natural expression of life.
So my feeling and experience of that, I have had. I've had it, and many times, typically results in a lot of tears, and a lot of tears of gratitude, like overwhelming. Like I cannot believe like the amazingness that life is, and the amazingness that you are, and you are, and you are, and you are. When we drop the ego, we drop the all the mind chatter. Yeah. And we just come back home.
So the idea, exactly. Yes. So the idea of a retreat then, is to learn to come back home.
That's right? Exactly it.
So the idea of raw foods is to energize, and more energy is to quiet.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people think more energy means more hyperactivity.
Yeah.
It does not.
No.
More energy means more awakeness.
Yes.
More observation, not more thinking.
Yes.
Thinking happens when you eat the meat.
Yes. Right. Okay. So I want to tell a little bit about like the basic schedule of the retreat, really quick, and then the project of the movie.
Ooh,
okay. So we're gonna get to that, and then we'll wrap this up, tie it in a bow, and kiss it goodbye. Keep it simple.
You're funny, man.
Sweetheart. Okay. So no, you're funny.
Oh.
He's more funny than me.
Mm-hmm. You're the man.
No, you're the man.
So this tree.
Okay, so we can get sidetracked by who's the man. Okay, so the retreat. So basically, we have those 3 gongs, and then at 7 o'clock the silence can break. From basically 9 p.m. to 7 is silence. So from 7 to 8. We're having the first really light foods coming in that are definitely fruit and distilled water, things like that, and lemon, lime, get things kind of going. Then we go into like the next drink, and then we head to the beach. Okay.
Oh wow, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so like around 9 o'clock we arrive at the beach, and we start off by doing in a circle a meditation. And we quiet it down. We're touching the sand. We're in the sun. We're breathing that air, and we're quieting the mind down. Nice. And then we go into walking on that soft sand, the master exercise of walking. And then I get to start to bear crawl and crab crawl and get into that soft sand and work the muscular system to a point of not no pain, no gain like the old. Okay. But just of the higher levels of our comfort zone, like the upper reaches. And then we go into the water, and we'll do some like runs or defensive slides or anything like that, and let that water be up waist high.
Oh, yeah.
We could get our Mr. Miyagi on and Daniel-san, and do that whole thing. And then then there's like a little free time at the beach. Then we come back to the place, the house, at like noon. And we get into like the berry world.
Ooh,
okay,
wow, yeah.
We get into those berries and like the heartier fruits, maybe some bananas and dates as the day goes on. Little like the peak of the sun, the noon, kind of like heartier.
And this is the top of the mountain day.
This is well, every day is the top of the mountain until dinner. One of the days that he'll come, and we're thinking that it would be Wednesday, the middle of the week, hump day, baby, top of the mountain. That he would come, and that would be the all fruit day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we still have the bridge with the culinary days. So then at afternoon we have a meeting together, and this is part of the emotional and the mental stuff where people sit around and tell the truth, and speak feelings, and actually connect on ways where people don't talk over one another. Mm-hmm. There's this thing called listening and this thing called talking, and everyone gets a fair turn. And this promotes some closeness and unity together, and can also get rid of some of the stuff, mental chatter or old stories that might have caused people to react in ways they might not have wanted to. So we would have that every day. Then we go at 2 o'clock. We start the knifing skills, okay? So we go, get our Bruce Lee on. Everyone would get a chef knife, okay?
Oh,
they get their own chef knife, and we go with what I learned at Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy. We're going to learn knife skills and how to cut and different types of cuts, and we want to make art with all of this stuff. And then at 3 o'clock, I would teach the main class of the day, which is also going to be Facebook Live, which is always 12 noon, 3 p.m. Eastern. So we do that, and I teach the class, and we're preparing for dinner, which is an early 4 o'clock dinner, because the idea is to digest everything before we go to bed, not to be on a full stomach like we know, but to get used to that idea of digesting where you've had enough nutrition, but you're not like, oh, I got to have one more cracker or cookie, which is something that I know a lot about. I'll raise my hand to that one. So we do that kind of thing, and then after the dinner, before the dinner we have the dance.
Oh,
so
dance! I like that.
We get the vibration up, we're pumping, so that when we're eating the food, it's like the opposite of eating when you're angry.
Right.
We're going to eat when we just won the lottery,
right.
kind of thing, you know? So we have that, then we, after that, then we go to the beach, and then we're watching the sunset.
Oh yeah, you're gonna watch the sunset.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch the sunrise.
So that's when you have
sunset.
to quiet the mind, right?
Totally. This is where we're gonna be quiet again.
Good.
Oh, for sure.
No thoughts.
No thoughts.
Just be the sunset, right?
Just be the sunset. So we'll do that, and then we drive home from after sunset. We go back home. We might have one more meeting, but it's kind of like, let's get to bed early.
Oh, no late night walks on the beach?
Well, no.
Oh, you guys.
No. This is part of it. We're going to do late night. We're going to have some time at the beach where it's pre-sunset and then post-sunset. A little bit of light and darkness, just like in the morning when we get before, with the bells gonging, before sunrise and a little bit into sunrise.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to be there with the
I like that.
And the quiet at those times.
Good.
And then through the day there's the education and there's the camaraderie.
Should be fun. And when I stopped and said, what's your video about here? See, when you come and do videos with me, it's my way of helping you and your business to blossom. And if we can help you become the tremendous healers you know you already are, that's just all perfect stuff. And I'm an educator. I think we should give this away. But sometimes we have those that are out of balance.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I am like, I am stunned. I am in a loss for words. And I just heard something, I'm sorry to keep like on this like story and then the defense of the story and this or that, but there is like some information I learned, and there is a history. There is a history. There is a history. You guys ready for this? Okay, first of all, it's important for you guys to know that since the beginning of time, since language was created, since it has been possible to hear another human being speak, since the beginning of the time, in every language and in every dialect that has ever been spoken, I, Steve Factor, have heard it all. I have heard it all. I have heard it all. I don't know if there's anything else I could hear. I think I've heard it. I think I'm going crazy. Okay, I'm going to try to like work this out. You guys are watching me process in like real time. I'm doing it perfectly imperfect. But you guys are going to love this. Okay, first of all, where are the producers in this world? The Hollywood producers, okay? We got to make this a movie. This is good shit. This is amazing material, and people will love this. I mean, this is like perfect. Like, there's drama, there is deception or perceived deception, there is victim, it is all there. Yes, they have daddy issues. I did say that. And I know I'm right about it, and I'm wrong to say it because it's not me to judge anybody. So I'm going to try to do this like as loving as I possibly can. And I know I will do it imperfectly perfect. Okay, so the ringleader that is getting the mob together against me, I just learned there's some history. This has been done before. She's gathered people against another guy, another predator who is preying on innocent victims. I've heard it all because I know this dude. Okay, so, are you guys ready for this? I'm not going to say his name because there's possibly lawsuits going on with him. Before I get to him, I just want to say something about this. Before I get to this guy, I want to get to the and talk to you about the history of this person who has done this before. She has rallied people before. This is not the first time. And now, I'm getting women private messaging me and coming back and saying, Steve, I am so sorry. I judged you too quickly. I jumped the gun. I was wrong. You were awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, and so that takes some big balls. Some of you women are doing that, and you guys don't even have balls. And you guys are having bigger balls than most men to come forward and to admit. But okay, so I like I said, since the beginning of time, since every word that has ever been spoken in the English and any language and any dialect that has ever been heard, I, Steve Factor, have heard it all. I gotta laugh or I'm gonna cry, and I might cry again because, and I'm trying, the word that keeps coming up is absurdity, but there's got to be a better word. Absurd is not cutting it. Okay, and now this girl, she's she has outed herself. Now, okay, I'm not going to tell you who she is. I don't even need to say names, but she's the basic ringleader who has no experience with me whatsoever, other than she doesn't like me and she doesn't like what she heard. And by the way, everything that is this problem with Steve Factor, do you know what the core issue is? What it comes down to? Words. Words. This whole thing is about words that I have spoken. It's not like everyone says, there wasn't physical, there wasn't this, or I didn't touch anyone. Words. The words I have said have hurt people. This whole thing is about words. This is what I'm talking about. This is stuff. And stuff creates more stuff. And then the stuff that created more stuff creates more stuff. And then there's more stuff. And then more, and people, and you see all the different personalities, right? Some people are like, oh my God, he was wrong and he is bad. And the others are like, no, he's not. And I'm standing by, you see all the different types of human beings and how they behave in this. Okay, so you guys ready for this? Okay, I'm not going to mention his name, but you guys know him. Many of you know him. And he's very famous. Probably has, tens of thousands of followers on social media. He's known for his troubles and bouts with stage 4 cancer. And I helped him. I coached him. And I saw him. And the accusation that is used against him, a year ago this was happening, and she got people to get on the bandwagon against him. I'm not going to mention his name. You guys know who I'm talking about. Tulsa boy, Oklahoma boy, my brother. Okay, she said that he faked cancer. If that dude faked cancer, then I am fucking crazy, and somebody needs to lock me up and put me in a padded room, and so I can't hurt myself, because I'm about to lose my mind when I heard that. How did he fake cancer? How is that possible? Shame on you. Oh my God. I saw him. I touched his stomach. It was big. I was with him at the doctor. I saw PET scans. She's insane. Her intentions are good, though. Look, here's the thing. She's trying to protect people. That's a good thing. But she is protecting people from people who are also protectors. Like, she's against me. Like that's more absurd than me, because she could at least say, like, okay, Steve is thinking these things. You know, it's all, like I told you, subjective. It's all subjective stuff, story stuff. And yes, daddy issues. And I know I need to make an amends for that, because I'm no one's therapist and I don't need to do that. But it's like, what is the pain? What is going on, baby? I'm still your friend. I know you don't want to hear that. I'm like the devil to you. But you have other people that can be there for you. There is a deeper pain that has happened, and we're here for you. You have a family here, a Dr. Moore's family, that you're trying to, like, split. And you're trying to, like, and you're using me as, like, a scapegoat, like to work out your old stuff. And then you got, like, a group of women who all share the same thing, who have the same issues. And I am asking myself, what did I do to bring it into my field? Because I am responsible for everything I bring into my field. Like, I'm bringing it in. And I got to see where my stuff is. But how did he fake cancer? He faked cancer so he could get money from people. He shouldn't be taking the family vacations. He did. Give that guy a fucking yacht and a Learjet and give his ass a vacation for 5 fucking years. Do you know what he's been through? I sure don't. I don't even know what stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer is. And you are fucking telling that guy didn't have it? And you got people to follow you and try to, like, take him down a year ago? And you're just doing the same shit with me now. It's like, I don't even care now. Like, I'm at the point, like, I got to the point of my own self-growth where I just, like, gave up in defense. I was just like, there's nothing to defend. I have, like, but now I have heard it all. If that dude faked cancer, then I'm stupid, and he's a fucking genius, and he got one over. Dude did not fake it. He had it. And he doesn't have it anymore. Dude is about as honest and real as they get. It is so fucked up. Oh my God, it is. And the part that hurts me the most, I told you guys this in the last video, is that she is getting people who I love, and some of them I see take a side. And I understand it because they're trying to protect. But you don't have to protect from me. I'm not trying to hurt you. I swear I'm not trying to hurt you. Like, I'm looking for your better good. I am praying for you when you're attacking me. And like, and what's really interesting about this, like, too, with the, with like the lawsuits and this and that. Okay, so I have had libel, defamation of character, and slander toward me. I don't know, one of the 3. And I learned about these terms recently on Saturday, like after this went down. And what's funny is, you remember the client that I got with the girl, the blonde girl, and I made the sarcastic post, like maybe I could sleep with her and get all the money I can from her and all that. Remember her? Well, I think it's her boyfriend. I met him. And he just got sued for $80,000 for saying something about somebody in an email, like an email to a group, and he slandered somebody's name and he got sued for $80,000. What's interesting about that is, do you know how many times I've met somebody who has been sued for slander? Never. The first time I met someone my entire life who that happened to be on Saturday, the day after this all started, the day after I was exposed. And then I meet this guy, and he's saying, dude, he said, he goes, they could go through your Facebook profile, see everything that they said, and he was the one that told me to take screenshots, and he's like, in case you want to, and he's like, they could count how many friends you lost because of it, and they could put a number, quantify it, and how much that's worth to sue. That's one. And then all the other stuff that happened, that's just Facebook, but like how this is spreading. And then they're bringing this to Dr. Morse. And like he's already like dealing with false accusations of his own shit and people questioning his integrity. He doesn't need this shit. And what I'm so pissed about is like that he's gonna believe me, of course, like totally, but it's like he had to think for a second. He had to think for 1 second. Even if it's 1 second, that is 1 second way too long to think that I have bad intentions and motives. Okay, so I'm here to tell you, and you know who you are, okay? The dude had cancer, and the dude has a right to ask for funds or donations any way he wants to. He could ask for $1. He could ask for $1 billion. He gets to, and people get to give it to them if he wants. And if he wants to take a family vacation, give him a fucking break and let him have an amazing vacation. Shit, if I had money right now after this, like, I would be like sending him to a 5-star hotel in a Learjet and a yacht if I could. Man, that dude deserves, and oh my God, he deserves a vacation. This might have been harder for cancer. Dude, you went through this, and now I know. I have a direct experience. Yeah, it's lower dimensions and stuff, but it's like, whew. And it's like, and I understand, okay, I don't watch TV or anything, but I'm hearing stuff on the news, like there's the producer guy who's like took advantage of women. There's like the gymnastics guy who that whole I don't even like watch TV. I don't even have a TV. Thank you, Brother Roy. Thank you. And thank you for last night, brother. Love you so much. And all you brothers who have like come to me and like and given me support at this time, because I'm a sensitive soul, and it's like, you guys, like anybody who thinks like anything that has been said like about my character, I mean the stuff they're talking about I did, oh yeah, that's fine, but it's like you're like putting your spin on it of what I meant by it. like it's all story, all stuff. It's like unbelievable. Okay, now I want to bring another person into this, and he told me I could say his name. And I think I'm going to cry on this one, because now they're trying to bring him down. They're like going against him. Okay. Gary Parent, my brother, I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this. What the fuck can anybody say about Gary Parent? You have... That is a fucking angel who has come from, like, heaven to come help, like, planet Earth. And you're dissing Gary now because he is not co-signing your story? I'm sorry, Gary. I know how you feel, brother. And it's like, oh my God, what can you say about Gary Parent? Maybe, I mean, That dude is as close to perfection as I could possibly see. Like he's worked through his shit. He has a story. It's a remarkable like underdog story, and it's like he is really good for the world. You gonna talk about Gary Parent? I get more hurt like people doing it to me. Like it doesn't hurt me. I more put my wall up, and then I like want to fight back. Like my ego doesn't like their ego, and their ego doesn't like my ego, and there's like a wall. But it's like when you start talking about like it's just not okay. And I got to also learn that one of the people who want to like and has made a move to kind of split me away from the Dr. Morris group, that he has like an issue with me from a couple years ago. And I'm like, I didn't even know about it. Why doesn't he just talk to me about it? So I could make an amends if I need to. What are they saying? Connie, you gotta watch the video again. There's basically, they're saying that like 3 guys, I'm gonna say me, I am an angel. I'm close, I'm pretty damn close to it. I got my shit, but I'm pretty angelic. I believe that wholeheartedly. Cancer dude, who everyone in the world knows had cancer. And she said he faked his cancer to get money. And then Gary Parent, who I'm saying is like, and she loves him or did love him. And it's like, why are you sabotaging that? He's good for you. He's your pappy, remember? So what is the real deal? What is the need? I'm going to talk to you like you're my sister, because you are. I might not be your brother, and maybe one day I could. It is they're trying to sabotage me. They're sabotaging themselves. This is a self-sabotage. This is what I'm talking about. This is all like my video, some of the stuff I said on the video, I wholeheartedly believe I'm right, but I was wrong to say it. But what I want to give is to let you know, sister, you're still my sister. I'm still praying for you. I think you do good work in this world, but not when you're doing this stuff. This is taking you away from it. Just keep doing your thing. But sister, what is the deep need? What happened? What happened? Me too. I got me too. Sometimes guys have me too. You can work through it another way. You do not have to vilify good people. I know I'm good. I'm solid in that. And I'm trying like not to become from a place of defense. Like, because defense is the first line of war. It's like I heard that, but it's like, you know, and it's like, but I want people to know, like, the thing that drives me the most apeshit in planet Earth, the thing I just cannot stand, and it's like it's my thing, like my one thing that I just hate. I'm just like so passionate about this hate, is that people who lie. I hate dishonesty. And these people, 5 who have direct experience with me, and 5 or so that are kind of like taking the bait, and then I don't know however many they got to join the cause. And I'm like, again, the women who have now come to me and said they're sorry, they judged too quickly. You guys got some big balls. You guys are girls. You guys got bigger balls than some guys. That to say I was wrong is so hurtful to the ego. The ego hates that shit. And it's like, but there's freedom there. And I know she's in freedom now. Because I know I haven't done shit. I might have been able to say things better, but all of the accusations, like against me, are, drumroll, words. I mean, no one's accusing me of touching anyone. Words. The words I've said have hurt people. And I've made amends to each and every one of them directly. And they will not accept my amends. But they will accept the amends if I subscribe to their story. And I'm not doing it. I'm not co-signing your bullshit. This is just perpetuating the codependent issues you got. And I'm sorry. There's daddy issues or older brother issues or neighbor that there's a me too. And I'm a me tooer. A guy who's a me tooer. I understand that. It's scary and it hurts. And it's not fair when somebody is bigger and more powerful and they're doing something against you. This is one of the reasons why I'm vegan. It's not fucking fair to hurt other people because you haven't worked your shit out. And all of those who are still following, you might want to check. You just might want to take a few breaths. You might want to meditate and just feel into it and ask yourself, is it true? Making me cry. Shit, I have so many tears in me. I joke about stuff like that because if I don't laugh about it, like I told you guys, since the beginning of time, since anything that has ever been said in the human dialect, in any language, any dialect, in any country, thank you, brother. Thank you, Michael. So, I now, Steve Factor, have heard it all. There's nothing I haven't heard, as far as I'm concerned. I have heard it all. Okay, so basically, Michael, there's a group that has got against me, and they share a common story. 5 of them have from different time, in different countries, that in the last 5 or 6 years, and they've come together with why they don't like me, and of what I've said. It's only words, or because I think I'm so arrogant, or whatever they think they are. It's all projection. And here's the thing, there's gold here for you guys. As soon as you don't like something in me, that's a clue. What is it? What is it about you? Yeah, jealousy, I know, but jealousy is all about low self-esteem. And everyone is acting from a place of low self-esteem. If they're in high self-esteem, it is an impossibility. And I could tell you that these low self-esteemers just raise their self-esteem by coming to me. They're coming out of the woodwork now, and they're saying, Steve, I was wrong about you. I was quick to judge. I took on their story, and I am so sorry, and keep doing your thing. And it's thank you. And it's now I got people, because they've been trying to get to Dr. Morris's office to try to take me down. And it's you guys he's already got shit of his own to deal with. He doesn't need to hear about your issues. This is all your issue shit. If he has to think for 1 second that Steve Factor isn't who Steve Factor is, the guy who I think is the greatest person on planet Earth, that I have an agenda to try to use him. I'm going to tell you guys this, who are like projecting the stuff. Everything that you said about the character of Steve Factor is the exact 180 degrees polar opposite. Dr. Morse always loves me, yes, but he doesn't need this shit. And he might be like, you know what, he's getting, you know, like he gets slack or flack from people, and it's like he doesn't, like he might be like, you know, Steve, like, and I'm kind of in a place now, and people are telling me, no, don't do that, Steve, where I'm like, maybe I need to step away from Florida. Maybe I need to, like, not go there anymore. Even though, like, I want to use my connections and try to get Dr. Morse to be famous so that the world can know who he is. And I'm trying to do everything I can to make me famous so the world can know who Dr. Morse is and everybody knows how much I love Dr. Morse. And it's like, I'm still doing that. And it's like, maybe I need to step away from there. Because from what I heard, their office has been getting some information. And no one from the office called me. So there's two things that could be happening. And I think it's the first one, but like I've said, I have heard everything since the beginning of time, and nothing surprises me now. But here's what I think the first thing is. That they're not calling me because there's nothing to call me about, and they're just like, oh boy, they're crazy. But there's a fear of mine that some people, like in the office, like if there's even one person in the office who thinks like for a second that what I did is true. I mean, I owned up to what I said and did and said I was sorry. But to say that like what Steve's real intentions are. If anybody in Dr. Morse's office, or if Dr. Morse thinks 1.0001% that it might be true, I don't even want to be around there. I don't even want to be around that. That's an energy. My energy around there is like, because I'm loved there and I love them, and we have like a big love fest, and we're all like trying to help each other get better so we could go and help the world get better. So just to clear it up, the dude, who I'm not going to say his name, but everybody knows, did not fake cancer. I was there. I touched his stomach. It was big. I was with him in the hospital. The doctor, I saw the stuff. He didn't fake it. And if he asks for money because he's doing this and he's battling it and people want to give it, great. Let him have it. As far as I'm concerned, that dude, what he's been through, he should be getting a Learjet, a yacht, and he should like have his own island. Give him a fucking break, man. It's like when they attack me, it's like it's not that as much, but when people attack my friends, and if he did fake cancer, and if that's true, then I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind, and I need to be locked up. Somebody needs to put me in a padded room immediately because I'm going crazy. This is like, you guys. And you guys are getting to see my emotions, and you get to see it through. And it's like, in my last video too, I mean, I just let it rip. And I'm going to let you guys see this. I'm going to let you see how I'm imperfect and how I deal with some stuff. And some of the stuff I'm dealing with it. I'm like patting myself on the back. I'm like, good job, brother. You were doing it good. Keep doing that. And some of the stuff I'm like, how I'm reacting, I'm like, Steve, you're kind of like taking on their stuff. You're lowering to their level. You're like attacking back. And it's like, okay, so I'm a work in progress too. But it's like, I've never said that. And there's people thinking like that I think that I'm pure energy. And I am. At the core. And so are you. At the core. So is everybody walking planet Earth. Their love, their light, their pure energy underneath all of the stuff. And the stuff comes in a physical form. The stuff comes in a mental form. And the stuff comes in the bridge between the two, emotional form. That's why when we detoxify on a physical level, on a mental level, and an emotional level. Every cell has a component of each of those things. The haters are the sickest. Love you, Ozzy. It's like, people could say what they want about Ozzy. And they could say, like, he's like this or he's that. And it's like, you don't even know him. Why? You're upset at him? Like, people, you're upset because he just says it straight up in your face as it is? Don't you think we need a little more of that in our life? Do you think we've been lied to 100 million times from watching TV and all that stuff? And he's sitting there going like, this is how it is. They're doing it because of this and this. And he's right. Some of you don't like that he's right because it goes against your beliefs. Belief system. BS. Belief system. Woo! Okay. So we got the Tulsa boy, who I'm not going to mention his name, but everybody knows. We got me. And now you're trying to vilify, and he told me I could say his name, Gary Parent. Gary Parent is like, what can you say about him? How can you say anything about him? What do you got one thing to say about him? Because he's not taking on your story? You're trying to round people up, and some people are like getting like pulled in. Man, I started to get pulled in on Friday night, man. I told you guys in the last video, I was like, maybe I am bad. I was like, wait, maybe I am. Like, I gotta look at myself. And then I like got to talk to people, and they were like, no, dude, just chill out. You're good. You're good. Man, I need some tissue. I need some tissue for my issue. I am a warrior sent to spread. I do believe that. I believe God sent me and many others from planet wherever to come here. And I'm one of many people who are coming to help people get better through nature and love. And people are trying to take me down because I scratch a trigger in them that they didn't work out. Again, those who have did the 180, you guys are my heroes. And it's not because, oh yeah, now they're on my side. There's no side. Yes, Ronnie Landis has felt this shit too in his life. And Ronnie Landis is good fucking people. Everyone in the world needs to know who that man is. He's fucking helping the world. He's got, I mean, that dude is like an Encyclopedia Britannica of knowledge. I mean, oh my God. Like, yeah, I mean, it happens. It's like David Wolf, you know, people don't like him. And he's gotten shit. And it's like, yeah, but look at all he's done. You know, you don't like he does this, you don't like he does that. I mean, I don't agree with anything everyone does. I don't even agree with everything I do. But it's like, how do you think the world knows about cacao or goji or maca or lucuma and all those things? And what people don't know about David Wolf, if you get a little closer to him and you start to like read his stuff, especially like the fruitarian world who hates him, guess what? Do you know what he believes is the greatest food group by far in the entire world? This is going to be a surprise to a lot of people. Fruit. People don't know that about David Wolf. He's got it. Dan McDonald has got it. I mean, I guess it happens to everyone trying to come up. And again, I don't agree with everything anyone says, not even me. Are they trolls? Dr. Morse talks about him as and my friend Roy talks about him as the reptilian race, like those that want to see others go down. And that's the thing. I'm telling you, to my sisters out there who are possibly like still in it, in the story and the stuff, who do not know me, Those people who are like got pulled in, I'm here for you. And I'm like the devil, right? Or I've been made out that way. I'm here for you. There's others. Gary Parent is here for you. It's like, what can you say about Gary Parent? I love that man. He's like one of my favorite new people in the world. And it's like I think the world needs to know about him. Like that's absurd to try to vilify him, to be against him. Do you know, baby, I'm talking to you like you're my sister. Do you know that he loves you? And you're like hurting? Like a relationship with like, what is the self-sabotage? Is it like I'm gonna break it off before I get broken because you were broken in the past? I'm sorry what happened to you. I am. I know about me too. I know what it is to be victimized. I've been bullied now, and I was bullied as a kid. I've had my ass kicked by people who did not like me. And the main thing people don't like, I think, is my smile. It's like, he's too happy. He's too this. He's so confident. It's like, and they say it's arrogant. It's like, let me be, man. Shit. I knew that if I was going to like expose myself on Facebook, like be vulnerable in this, there's going to be people who just don't like it. But guess what? There's a lot of people who love me, and I know that. And I love you guys. And those of you who have reached out to me on private message and phone call and continue to give me strength and support, thank you. Thank you for setting me straight. And thank you for just being there, because it is absurd. So, just to clarify, okay, and I'm not going to use names, like the guy's name, but I'll use my name, Steve Factor. Okay, I'm good people. I have good intentions, and I want to help the world. Everything else is your story. Do I do it perfect? No. Will I ever do it perfect? Not a chance. Are you perfect? No. Will you ever become perfect? Not a chance. I'm good people. And now the women that are coming to me and saying, I'm sorry, I judged you too quickly. You guys got some big balls to say those 3 words that are the hardest words for the ego to ever say. I was wrong. Do you know how much joy you can have if you just say those 3 words and own it? Do you know how much freedom there is when that happens? There's a saying, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? A lot of people, because they are run by fear, run by the ego, their whole life is egoic. That's why they keep projecting that shit on me. Is the whole thing is like, it's all story, right? Like I said in the other video, Steve walked to the store would be a truth. Steve walked to the store with his chest out, and he was so arrogant, and we know that when he was about to walk in the store, he was going to go in there and steal something. That is not true. That is your story you put on it. So, they're taking like these facts of things I've done, and I have done my best to make amends to each and every one of them, separately and as a group, and I've done it publicly here. And here's the thing. They will not accept the amends unless I subscribe to the story. And it ain't happening. I'm not co-signing your codependency and your daddy issues. I know I need to make amends for that now because it's not my business to, but it's like this is clearly the thing. And the thing is like there's the victim perpetrator thing. And it's like, you don't know me. And like, but some of you do, and those who've been, oh my God, like there's like about 10 or so that are like against me, right? 5 that have direct experience, and then I can't tell you how many people are coming through my private message and my phone call all day long. I'm just like, I'm dehydrated, man. So many tears of joy and gratitude for you guys, my brothers, sisters that are coming to me and saying, dude, happens to everybody coming up. They're just, they have found a reason to try to work out their shit. Work it out. I'm here for you. You're still my sister. All of you who are like attacking me, I keep praying for your ass. I can hear some of them say, he's praying for my ass. Let's get him. You know, one of the guys told me, he said, yeah, if you smile at a girl now, you can go, that's sexual harassment. Like, I mean, it has gone so far, like with the media and this and that, and it's like, come on, you guys. There are fights to fight out there, and we don't need to bring it into the family of Dr. Morse. All of the shit, all the truth will always come to the surface sooner or later. And it's like each person I told, I gave my excuse for, whatever you want to call it. And I said I was sorry. I told you why. It's just a story. This is the year of transformation and forgiveness. Love you, brother. You too, Raul. And Raul, I know he's had some shit in the past. He's gone through shit of false accusations. And it's like, man, like, men are getting it because, like, of the media. And it's like, woo! Brothers and sisters, can we come together as a family? Like, if we were in a tribe, we would all come together. And we'd all take turns talking. Take turns talking, which would be the opposite of interrupting another person so that you can be heard and not listening to what they said and formulating your next sentence because you already know what you're going to say because you're stuck on your story and there's no other way to just possibly see anything else but your story and what's in your brain, and that if those people don't buy into that, then they're out. There's another way to live life, baby. Come on. You guys are better than that. You guys could rise up. This isn't healthy for you. Your cells are listening. I don't know. It's kind of cathartic. Like, I need to express it because if I leave it in my head, I tell you, like, I've heard it all and things are going great. Like, I'm like I said, I came up with the word absurd, and it's like, it's not a good enough word. What word? Give me another word. Ludicrous, absurd, preposterous, or whatever that word is. It's just like, it's just stuff. That's all it is. And the whole blame, I am being blamed for. Like, you know, thank God no one's saying I, like, touched them or anything like that. But it's like, the thing I am blamed for are my words. Words. This whole thing is about words. Fighting. Taking people down because of words. And then the story of what the words means. That is all your stuff. I said the words, and you didn't like the words. And I said I was sorry to hurt you. I didn't mean to say it, those words, into a hurt, but they are true for me. And get over your ego and stop projecting your ego onto my ego. Your ego, yes, there's total jealousy, and it's such a low vibration. This is what happened. Like, people are upset that Dr. Morse, like, loves me. Why is that a bad thing? If you give him a chance, he's going to love you too. Shiggity goo goo goo. Woo! Yeah, I need to emote this. They are the force of life, and I need to like say it out. I spent my whole life like shutting up because I was criticized so much and I was scared what people would think. Now I just speak my truth, and it's like, and some people don't like that. So I'm trying to learn some stuff from this. There has been some gold for me that has come out of this. I've got to shatter some beliefs. Like yesterday I wrote on my post from they are stopping me from succeeding. They are hindering my progress by doing this. That was a belief I had. And it took me, when I was working with the Byron Katie practitioner, it took me about 15 minutes to get from that belief to, I am stopping myself. Nobody could stop me from progressing unless I give them permission to do so. That was like one of the beliefs. Shiggity goo goo goo. Hell yeah, Diana. Everybody go listen to Diana Rain music immediately. She's so beautiful, and she plays the guitar. See, I should maybe stop saying that. She is so beautiful. That doesn't mean I want to have sex with her. You guys are crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's like, she is so beautiful. She's got a husband again. You know, I'm like extra defensive. It's like, she's so beautiful. She plays the guitar, sings so good. Okay, anyway. Say thank you, Roy. I can see your hearts, brother, man. My brothers have come, man, and one of the brothers who has something against me from a few years ago is like joining and has like cut me off from a group. And it's like, dude, talk to me, brother, man. I never meant to hurt you, and if I did, let's talk about it. Let's like man to man, straight up, right? Right? Whew. Okay, so I want you guys, you know, I'm about to end this video. I want you guys, I see people hopping on who I want to like say the story again, you know, so like, but it just go ahead and like rewind it or see the replay. But, okay, to tell you it, just like to sum it up, since the beginning of time, since any words have ever been spoken in any language and in any dialect, every word ever, Steve Factor has heard it all. Okay. And I heard it all last night when I got to hear that she has a history of rounding people up to fight. And they fought against this guy. I'm not going to say his name because there's possibly lawsuits still going on. And it's interesting that I met like a guy who just got sued for defamation of character that on Saturday. And I've never met anyone in my life who got sued. He got sued $80,000 for saying something bad. And he's saying, dude, you could take them to town. Every friend you lost is quantifiable. You get your lawyer, you boo, 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 boo. They're saying your name and they're saying bad things and they're bringing your reputation. You can go to town on them. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight them. And then I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I could do it and give all the proceeds to Dr. Morse and his office and like not take a penny, you know, do it that way. I thought, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight anybody. I'm trying to like save my ass in this world. You know how much time this has taken away from me? And I'm trying to like, I don't even want to tell you guys how much money I have right now. I'm embarrassed. But it's like, I need to be like making money and I'm like taking care of the stuff that it was caused because of other stuff. From other stuff that created more stuff. And then there's all this stuff from the stuff because stuff increases. But so does love. Love increases too. Shiggity goo goo goo. You guys can get into the love world and like you can like focus. Okay, so anyway, so that dude in Tulsa did not fake cancer. Shame on you. That is horrible. that you would say that to get money. No way. I was there. I saw him. I touched his stomach. It was huge. I saw the fluid. I saw the drainage. I went to the doctor. I saw the thing. He had cancer. And if he didn't have cancer and he fooled all of us, then I need to be locked up. I'm going out of my mind crazy. Someone needs to put me in a padded room and I don't hurt myself. It's like, woo! And then the guy who did say I could say his name, Gary Parent. What can you say about him? You can't say one thing about him. Like, unless I'm like, no, he is good people. And he could fucking help your ass like he already has. But your ego wants him to take your side. And he ain't doing it. There's no sides. Stop making sides. One love, baby. If we were a tribe, we would work this all out together. And we would all take turns talking. Instead of interrupting and shouting and only listening to what your voice is and the voices in your head, not even hearing what the other person is saying. One of the things Michael Beckwith talks about is sit down and shut up, which is another way to say meditate. Just sit your ass down, take some deep... If anyone's like meditating, even 20 minutes a day, there is no way they're doing this. They're not trying to take Steve Factor down. They're not trying to like take Cancer Tulsa dude down. They're not trying to take Gary Parent and vilify him because he won't... That is a result of unresolved issues. If you start to meditate 20 minutes a day, you're not going to do those things. I'm going to keep moving forward, brother. Thank you. The reptilian in nature, it is the reptilian race, but in all fairness to them, they are trying to protect. And it's like, I'm glad, because protective from like things that aren't good, and Dr. Morris Group, I think it should be protected. But you ain't protecting it against me, Steve Factor. Don't try to protect it against Gary Parent. And the dude had cancer. And stop saying he didn't. And stop saying that he is using people for money. And if he wants to take a family vacation with some of that money, I think he should have a Learjet and a yacht, and he should go on his own island, and he should get $1 billion for what he has been through. I don't even know what he's been through. You know why I don't know? Because I haven't been there. So many people think they know. You don't know shit except your story unless you have direct experience with it. I feel like I have cancer now. There is a cancer that went through. Some people jumped on. And they took it. And they're like, oh, this is a good chance for me to work my shit out. They're not even thinking that, but they're like, oh, I'm going to get back at daddy. I'm going to get back at older brother. I'm going to get back at the neighbor boy who did whatever to me. And I'm sorry that happened to you. Me too. Happens to guys too. But we don't work our shit out here. Not like this. I'm doing all this and putting myself out there like this so you guys could see me in real time. You could see me do it perfectly imperfect. I've said stuff that is like on video that I shouldn't have said, and I said I was sorry for it. Now I'm like trying to own as much shit as I could. Yeah, I'm a work in progress too. Just please get over your ego. It is not your amigo. Surrender and say you're sorry. I'm already getting women coming to me and saying they judged me too quick and they're sorry. And it's like, and I understand why you would, because you were scared. and you were trying to protect, and the trustworthy guy, Steve Factor, who everyone trusts, is now untrustworthy. The jig is up. No, that story's not happening. It ain't going on. That story has been rebuked, and if you are subscribing to that story, you don't know me. And here I am defending myself, and I don't want to defend myself anymore. It's the first act of war, and there's nothing that needs to be defended. But when I heard Gary Parent is being vilified now, and when I heard that they said that Tulsa Cancer Boy was faking cancer, I have heard it all. There's nothing since the beginning of the human race, in any language, in any dialect, that Steve Factor has not heard. I've heard it all. I have heard it all. Love you guys. Oh, Scott, frankly, man, what did you miss? See, I'm telling you guys, this whole thing, where are the producers? We got to do, like, this is a movie, all of it. Like, the whole thing. Me, Gary Parent, Tulsa Boy, Ringleader, all the people who have all of their, like, this is a great movie. We need to, like, do a movie about this. And we could even include Dr. Morrison. We could, like, spread the message that way. Like, hey, there was, like, a little bit of, like, weirdness going on in the family of, and how, and then we, like, dealt with it great. What if we all dealt with it great, and then we, like, became better for it and stronger for it? What if there was, like, growth and epiphanies and surrendering the ego? What if all that happened? Woo! That's it for me right now, you guys. I'm going to come back and do this again. I'm about to go work with my Byron Katie practitioner so I could see anything about me that I could grow from this. Like, and if I could bust some stories about this, about some of the people, and I could say, you know, and she's going to say, is that true? Is it really, really true? Are you sure it's true? And I'm going to be like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just my ego. And maybe there's some uncovering for there. And we all get better. So that's why this whole thing has been a really, really good thing for me. And it can be for you too, if you can make and take these lemons and make lemonade. And instead of it being so damn windy and you complaining about the wind, you can, like, put up a windmill and then make constructive use out of it. There's gold here. Again, if anybody doesn't like me, or something about me, there's gold for you. You can find out more about yourself. You can ask yourself this question. Instead of, I don't like him because of, and point the finger, you could say, I don't like him because what? Oh, because daddy hurt me, or brother hurt me, or a man hurt me, and you are reminding me of it. So then let's go back to that hurt and heal that hurt, and then I won't remind you of it. You won't put story on Steve Factor. This has turned out to be really good, you guys. We do. We learn about ourselves through the interaction with others. And if you ever want to know somebody, listen to their judgments. Listen to their judgments. They'll give themselves away by how they judge. They always do. You just got to listen. Just watch and listen. They give themselves away every single time if you pay attention. But if you get caught up and I can get caught up. I get pulled in. I'm very empathetic. I'm I'm raw. Like there's not too much of a coating. I like take it all in. You guys get to see my emotions, the good, bad, and the ugly. Whew. Anyway, love you guys. I'm going. I need to go. You guys are the best. We're going to keep on keeping on. And we're going to keep learning and growing. And to all my sisters, you guys that are against me, you're still my sisters. I might not be your brother, but you're still my sister. And if you ever want to talk about it, and you want to come in like one-on-one, instead of like mob mentality, because you got it like strength is in numbers. Let's gather up all the people. It's like there's only like 5 or so that have direct experience, and the rest are just following because they don't like me. And they're just following, and they're like, yeah, we got a new perpetrator to focus on. So if we focus on him, then we don't have to look at ourselves. Right? That's what it is. You spot it, you got it. Point one finger at one person, 3 are pointing back at you. Shiggity goo goo goo. Love you guys. Till the next time. Pure. Yvette, you've missed so much. You got to like look at my videos and my posts, and then you can go on other people's walls. And if you want to know who those are, just private message me, and you can go on their walls. And there is so much. Like if you like drama, if you like story and how things unfold and the dynamic of human psychological psychological nature of how they do what they do, and how some people like follow the pack, and some will say no, we're set, we already know he's a good guy, and all the people in between. There's so much to look at here, a lot to learn for all of us. Pure fucking energy, everybody. Pure. We're all a work in progress. Energy. Chicka-choo.
It was obviously watching some videos how out of balance things can get. I did a video about a week ago on this, and I was advised not to put it up because we wanted to get more facts. And I have met with many people on this subject matter, and it becomes blatantly obvious that we have a predator around finances and even around emotions. Some of the things that took place in a retreat in Sarasota here is beyond disgusting. I don't tolerate anything like that around me, because I've worked all my life to keep myself shaved, hair trimmed, nice clothes, to establish some credibility. You have your people out there that fight over this and cut us down and everything. But the final analysis, you cannot match the amount of people that are getting healed. You might have a couple out there that can't get their act together for one reason or another, or they're too advanced or whatever. This is a time of joy and happiness. And when you get a predator that comes in and takes advantage of that, and then uses our name as a way of verifying or solidifying their position, no. And it's up to each and every one of you to be sure that you observe these predators and watch people. People have come to me for years and years and years asking me to invest. Luckily, I already invest in you. I give herbs away like nobody's business. We give people herbs all the time. You've seen it. And we do that to help people. That's the game we're in. But I'm also here to establish another level of healing this planet so desperately needs. It's a regenerative level, the only one. Some of these butts like Mark and stuff can say what they want. They're unconscious.
Hey everybody. I Wow. And this is just going to be a week of, like, this is the week that Steve cried a lot. Okay? And I'm going to continue to express myself and continue to emote in real time. It's just going to be one of those weeks. But I'm not going to go over, like, the stuff and what has happened. And I'm done with that, all that. But I want to talk about some good stuff. I want to, like, change the focus now away from all that stuff and nonsense and get back to some more positivity. And man, I thought I was done crying, and I'm just like riding around this morning doing my deliveries, and I get a call from Kat Conrad. Man. I mean, Kat Conrad just called me, and she offered me something, and I'm not taking it, but she offered it to me, and oh my God, like, tears are just been going. No, I'm good. This is good, Lisa. This is all good. All of the stuff I'm putting out there, I'm just, like, as they say, I'm putting my dick on the table. Just letting it rip. Like, whatever is like, is. And people are getting to, like, work their own stuff out through me while I work out my stuff. And I'm being that, the transparency, and hopefully we could all learn from this. We could all grow from it. But I'm not going to be going over the nonsense anymore. That stuff's done. That it's like people are going to think whatever they want, and I'm good with that. But they and then the ones that did think that and now are turning back and saying, I'm sorry, Steve, I was wrong, I judged you too quick. Like I said, that's some serious courage. You guys got some big balls, and you guys are girls, and you guys shouldn't have those kind of balls. Those are big. Like, to say I was wrong is the 3 hardest words for the ego to ever say. All in divine order, yes. So, like, Kat Conrad just called me and just gave me an offer that I will not take, but it's like, and someone, like, said, hey, we should do a GoFundMe account, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want handout. I want hand up. I want people who see the mission and they want to, like, join in on it because they see what I'm doing, and I want to earn it. So I'm not taking anything like that. But she offered, and I will never forget that. Ever. I may have, like, smoked a small forest of marijuana in my life, and that's, like, supposed to hurt short-term memory, but I have a memory like an elephant, and I remember everything, and I will always remember who was there, and I will always remember who was not. And there's the fair-weathered friends, and there's the ones that got your back. And man, thank you, Kat Conrad. Thank you, Melissa, for telling her and reaching out, and yeah, let's talk. And I said, I hope you got my message back. It's like Melissa and Kat, both of them were like, they were my assistants at one time, and man, what Kat Conrad offered me, like, from her heart, is such a, I'll just never forget that. And I've always loved Kat Conrad, and I'm not going to accept her offer, but the fact that she offered it to me, and that I know that someone's got my back, has given me like an exhale. Like, there's always an escape route. There's always a plan B, right? And Kat Conrad gave me one, and the deal she put out is like, oh my God. Like, for her to say that, I will never forget it. And you're gonna get it, Kat. All those who, like, were there, you guys are getting it. You guys know that, right? You're gonna get it. I'm somebody, like, I'm gonna try to outgive you. That's how I am. Like, I'm the giver. I'm the one who's supposed to help people. I'm the savior. That's how, and it's like, every so often, I gotta be, let someone take care of me, and so I'm doing that. You guys are, the love that has been coming, and then Jason, Like I made the post yesterday and Jason's FaceTiming me and I haven't talked to him in a while, and it's like, I know why he's doing it. And I can see his eyes when he's FaceTiming me. And I can see that compassion, you know, and it's like, and he helped me, you know, and it's like, so I thought I was all cried out. I thought I was done. And then Kat Conrad has to call me up. Love you, Kat. Love you, Jason. Love you, all you guys who have like reached out. It's good, and I'm good. I got up extra early this morning. I was talking to North Carolina. You know, I might be going out there to help a client, to help someone who's sick, and that might happen. Someone called me from Sun Cafe from a long time ago. I haven't seen him, and he's like, let's meet up, let's talk, you know. And so there could be a collaboration or an investment or coaching or some kind, whatever it is, it's positive. And it's like, God has my back, and people are showing up. God with skin on, as they call it, are showing up. And I'm not going to do anything, you guys. I feel like when I express, like I feel like quitting, it's a good thing. Because if I don't express it, it stays in my mind and builds momentum. If I express it, it loses its steam. It's healthy to express. You know, I coach you guys. A lot of you look at me, you know, for help and all that. And, you know, and every so often you see somebody like me who's like, you know, having a hard time. And I've made a decision. I'm going to put my hard time on Facebook. I am. And I'm going to give people the opportunity to love. And I'm going to give people the opportunity to connect with me again, you know. And I'm getting people who are connecting with me, and they're reaching out and they're saying, what do you need? Let me tell you guys what I want in this world, okay? All I want to do is help people eat more fruits and vegetables and have a roof over my head and eat some amazing food and be around some like amazing nature and have some amazing friends. That's what I want in this life. That's all I want to do, you know. And so it's like when people coming to me and saying they got my back, that's some serious shit. That is some serious shit to me. Because all of us, every single person walking this planet, has this issue with this thing, this word that every single person on planet Earth has an issue with to some degree or another, is this word, trust. Trust. It's a big one, and it drives people's behaviors. And when people know, when they're in a trusting place and they trust, and then they know, there is this thing then that happens called peace. And when there's not trust, the opposite happens of war. Thank you, Raul. Yeah. And Raul, you know, he's gone through his shit. It's like all the people, all the celebrities, all the people who have like put themselves out there, all the lights have been dimmed or attempted to get dimmed by people who do not like shiny objects. They do not, shiny people, they just don't like it. And it happened to me. And you know, even I took on some of their story. Like I told you, I was starting to think it, but no way. Not with you guys telling me the different story, that I am good. And it's like, I know I am, but it's like, even I got caught up in it. I was like, God, maybe I am. Where can I do better? How do I do better? but I don't even want to talk about them anymore. That's just done. It's settled. It's done. People are going to think what they think. There's been plenty now who have made a 180 and said, "I'm sorry, I judged you too quickly, Steve. I took the bait, and you just keep doing your thing." And I will. And this is just going to be the week where people see. That was the week Steve Factor cried a lot. This is just that week, and this is the week where he just put it out on the table. Put his dick on the table. He just let it rip and just let people in. So this whole thing is a really good thing. Yes, that's the egoic mind, brother. Totally. People operate from two places. They operate from the ego, which is the mind, or they're operating from the heart, which is the soul. And I think everybody operates from both of those places, but the degree of how much ego is in someone and how much heart space is in another. I mean, we're going to have our ego as long as we're living, the ego, but the idea is just to keep it in check and to focus more on the God part of us, the soul part of us, the heart part of us. And that is what you guys have been helping me come back to, because I got into the ego and their ego didn't like my ego and attacked my ego, and my ego is wanting to attack back and defend, and and I got caught up in it too, and I let you guys see it all. I just put it out there so you guys can know the Steve Factor is not perfect. Big surprise. And then and to think that I think that I am, where did that come from? Because I've never ever have said anything to, you know what I'm saying? So, but people got my back. And Jason showed up yesterday. Thank you so much, brother. And I mean, he showed up I made the post, and who knows what's going to come to the top of your feed at that moment. And he saw it, and he's like, FaceTime. And I haven't talked to him in a while, and I saw his compassionate eyes as soon as I picked up the phone, and I'm like, I know why he's calling. Thank you, brother. And then Kat Conrad. Boy, I'm not going to take your offer. I will not take it. But the fact that you offered it means so much to me. And it gave me a major exhale. It gave me the idea. And thank you, Marilyn. I see you, Marilyn. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. It's I'm just, this has turned into a great thing. This whole thing has turned, and I hope it could turn great for the others that are having a hard time. I hope it could turn into we could all learn, we could all grow from this, and maybe, and I'm 100% open to this, maybe we could all come together and be stronger for it, and be a stronger family, and represent Dr. Morse even more. It's one thing to have the shit, but it's another. Sorry about that. Bill collector. I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb. It's one thing to have the shit, and it's another thing to work through it, come out the other side, and have an epiphany and a revelation and a surrender, and all of us. I mean, we could be this could become something, a catalyst to make us amazingly strong. And yesterday, man, that was a heck of a day. And I was talking to North Carolina texting North Carolina last night for an hour. I think I was up till around midnight. And then I got up extra early this morning for my cleansers, and I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. I finished my cleanser. I'm gonna go take a little nap, and then I'm meeting a brother at a restaurant. I'm not gonna tell you when and at what restaurant, because sometimes a crowd could go there. And I'm just meeting him, and you know, he's talking about investment, and he's talking about investing in himself through coaching and getting back on track. And he's having a hard time with food and stuff like that. And I was like, well, this is perfect. I could use another client, potential investor. And it's like, you know, and people are saying GoFundMe, you know, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, it's not to that point. I like, maybe I would do that, like, it's not to that point. And if people saw like what my financial, you know, situation, they'd be like, no, it's to that point, Steve. I was like, it's not. I'll be okay. And I want to earn the money. I want to work for it. I want investment in the way of, like, you see what the mission is and you want to help that. But I don't want just like a GoFund, or I don't want that right now. The GoFund should be for those who are like maybe having cancer, or they're having like a trouble and they need that. That's where the GoFund should go to, like not me. But thank you for the offer. It means a lot to me that you would say that. So everything, you guys, I mean, this whole thing, there's silver lining. And I just like weeded out a bunch of women yesterday who might want me for what I have, and I'm like narrowing it down, right? Because I'll probably find, it would be very reasonable to find my queen goddess on Facebook, if that's like where I spend most of my time, right? You know, it's like, I guess that's 2018 kind of way to meet people or whatever, but I just weeded out all the ones that might possibly want me for what I have, and for those that would want me for who I am that I am, right? Jason Michael Powers, who just jumped on, who I've already, you got to watch the replay, brother. I already gave you props. Thank you so much, brother, so much. Wow, just you. And what you missed, Jason, and so you don't have to watch the whole replay, is that Kat Conrad called me and gave me an offer that I will not take, but she gave me the offer, and that really did something. And I thought I was done crying, and here I am, like, it's that kind of shit. So love you, bro, love you too. And it's like, I don't want handouts. I don't want to GoFundMe. GoFundMe somewhere else. People who really needed to have cancer or dying or this or that. Is like, I want to earn the money, and the investors, you know, like I've said 100 times on videos in the last few years, I don't want any investor giving me money out of pity. I don't want any investor giving guilt or any investor fear. The investor is like pure energy. I see what you're doing, and let's go. Let's do this. God bless you. That's the vibe. I don't want GoFundMe. I don't want handouts. And Kat, thank you so much for what you said. And Jason, thank you so much for showing up on my FaceTime with your compassionate eyes, and you didn't have to say one word, and we haven't talked in so long, and I already knew why you were calling. And you knew that I knew you knew. So, this is just the week that Steve Factor cried. You guys, what's the beginning of the week? You could just put this out, like, that could be like the video series, like the crying part of Steve. Because usually you guys see me all happy and joyful, but you know, every so often I'll throw down the tears, or I'll throw down on the anger, or I'll throw down on the fear and the emotions we don't want. But most of the time, what was wrong with your car yesterday? I know, Tina, right? Like, didn't it just get fixed? Didn't we just put like thousands? like you know my story, you know. I love you, Tina. It's like, it just stopped running, and I'm gonna find out what was wrong with it. I was on the freeway going to my so good to feel. Yes, I mean, that's like Jason, like like heart spaced brothers, feeling brothers, like there's a whole world out there, like, of men who are embracing the goddess within. And I first heard that from Jason, like on an 11-11-11 retreat. And I was like, goddess? What is that? 11-11? That does sound kind of cool. You know? And then, it's like, but there is a movement of a brotherhood who are coming together, who are saying stuff like, I love you, and saying stuff like, you're beautiful, and like hugging and crying together and embracing, like a brotherhood. And it's like not gay, or it's not like there's ulterior motives for sex or anything like that. This is just bromance. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. So, my brothers, my sisters, if each teardrop that I've dropped could be a thank you, then you got your thanks. Because I got buckets. I am dehydrated. Kat Conrad was like, you better drink another juice today, Steve, and I am. I'm going right now. I'm going to sleep. Late last night, thank you, North Carolina. That was an awesome conversation, or text conversation. You're a funny girl, Tigger. and maybe I'll come out to North Carolina and help your mom with her health issues, and get you and some of your family like on the pure energy. And that's what I want to do. I want to work for the money. I want to earn it. I don't want handouts. I don't want the GoFundMe. Thank you, though. Thank you so much. I don't want it. I want a hand up. It's such a difference. We're all getting better through this. That this is a good thing. We could turn this this wind, this windiness. The wind is blowing. We could put up windmills. All these lemons get thrown at us. We could make it into lemonade. And that's what I want to try to do. And I hope you guys got to see me process. And if you haven't, go back and look at those videos. You're gonna see me make mistakes. You're gonna see me say things that later I was sorry for, and I'm leaving them up. And the posts, the stuff that might make me look bad, I'm leaving them up, because that's how I've always been. I'd be like, you're gonna see Steve Factor. You're gonna see the good, bad, and the ugly, and it's mostly good. And every so often, I got to deal with the stuff, and I'm done dealing with that stuff. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. God's in control, and people will believe ultimately what they want, and there are no accidents. It's all divinely orchestrated, and I'm just here for the ride, and I'm trying to ride it the best I can. And I've been thinking about that, and you know what? I think I'm doing damn good. I think I'm riding this good. I'm feeling kind of proud about myself. And I don't mean that in an egoic way. I mean proud, yes, you did. You owned up. You found your faults. You did all the things that you've learned and that you teach people. And it's good. And I got to show it in real time, and that's what I want to be. I want to be the guy that has a booger in my nose, and you see it, and it's it was a mistake. It shouldn't have been there. But that's light, because that's what people are hungry for. People are so tired of the fake. They're so tired of the superficial, the surface. We're a society. A lot of us who are growing and building, and we're going from that egoic shell, surface protection layer, and we're finding other brothers and sisters who want the same thing we do, and we're all coming, and we're kind of lowering that layer. We're taking down the social mask a little bit, and it's okay. The social mask is going to come back. We're human. It's going to come back, and we're going to be hey, we want to look good, and then we're going to be okay, and then we get to practice through this whole thing, this word that is missing in this world, and is the reason I'm vegan, and is the reason I feel deeply. And I'm so happy that I embrace this word in my life, and it's a word for all of you to embrace, and some of you are embracing it like so beautifully. And that word is compassion. Compassion is like for your fellow brothers. It's like the opposite of judgment, right? The judgment is the surface, the ego, the protection, the taking sides. There's no sides in reality. Only the ego divides, right? The ego says you are this and I am that. And the God self, the heart space is like, we are one love. Right, Jason Michael Powers, right? Right, one love. That's DJ One Love. Like, he knows about one love. He knows about one love like Bob Marley knows about one love. No, it is an emotional and spiritual cleanse, brother. Raul, I miss you, brother. I love you, brother. I miss you. I hope you come back to LA, and I want to get yoked and ripped. I want to like build my body. I want my body to look like yours, or my body to look like mine is supposed to. That would kind of look a little bit more like yours. So good. Yeah. Raul, trainer to the stars, brother. Yeah, I mean, he's helped people. Like, I did like one workout with him, and like I felt it and I saw it, and it was like one workout and it was like quick because he knew like exactly what parts to do it with the ropes and all that kind of stuff, and how to, like, that's some badass shit, brother. I love that. So the emotional cleanse, yes, and I'm letting you guys in. Like, you know, the wall is down, and I'm letting you see it, and the videos that I put up before that have, like, you know, me not at my best, or me not looking so good, or me even saying things I regret and made apologies for later, I'm keeping those up so you can see it. You can see my process and say that Steve went through it, and then and he came out the other side, and maybe I could too. And that is what I want to do. I want to be a motivator, and I don't have to want to. I am one. And it's like, but you guys get to see this side. I could only imagine what my family thinks. Like, they might have seen some of these videos and been like, oh my God, stop talking, stop talking. You know, because I come from a place where a lot of us have come from, where, you know, the heart space, it's more like important where what's in the front and what people see, and image, and what I've heard called image management. You know, and it's like, but when we drop that, and we like really connect, and, you know, and I know they do it in their own way, you know, and their way may even be better than the way I'm doing it. It's not even for me to judge, but I do know where I come from, and I come from what other people think is all of my business. And I've come to a place through the love, especially of a bunch of brothers, where I learned that saying, that what other people think of me is none of my business, but it is my business what I think of them. So, you know, all of this stuff is like for our own growth, and we're doing it, and I hope I'm helping you guys, because that is my aim. I'm wanting to help myself, and I want to help you guys. And now I'm gonna go to sleep just for like an hour or two, and then I'm gonna go meet this brother who called me out of nowhere, or texted me on private message saying, hey, I saw your video and let's get together. And I could hear the sound in his text. I could hear it. And, you know, and I'm like, it sounds to me like you want to either invest, get coached, or collaborate on some level. And he's like, yes. And I'm like, who knows what this could be at 11 o'clock. This could be the guy that, like, you know, all I want to do is, again, eat. I want to have shelter, and I want to spread the message. And every so often, if like any of my clothes have a hole in it, I want a new shirt. That's, just stuff like that. I wear clothes for a long time. So I don't know how old this shirt is. So anyway, you guys, thank you. Got my back. That's that one word. That word where all of a sudden we trust, because we know that someone's got our back. God with skin on has been coming to me in human form. God has been coming to me through human beings. And it is so beautiful. And you guys are so beautiful. And the ones that are like still like in the story and still like in that whole world, you are so beautiful and you do not know it. But you are. And your core is gold. Just like all of ours. Gold. Pure. Motherfucking energy. Straight up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. Look at that. Another bill collector just called. I'm gonna get past this, you guys, and we're gonna do it. And I've envisioned the day. I already know my post. I'm gonna have a post. I'm gonna do a post one day. I already know how it's gonna be. I'm gonna wear an AC/DC shirt. AC/DC, and I'm gonna go. I'm back in black, baby, because I will be, and I will always remember who is with me when I wasn't back in black, and who was with me when I was. All of you who are there for me now, I'm never forgetting you, ever. Cat Conrad, thank you. Jason Michael Powers, thank you. Love you guys, brother and sister, from another mister. Shickety-goo. Goo goo. Pure, 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 picka, picka, pure, 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 pure energy.
And I get it, but we have thousands of people, and I've had it all my life. I've had newspaper articles all my life about the cures that we've had, and so you can't go back on all the thousands and thousands of testimonials that we have. But you want to always stand on your own 2 feet. Some people never work and use people's money. There's all kinds of things going on in that way. And you ladies, it's hard to find a good spiritual man sometimes. But just be awake to some of the predators in the spiritual worlds, because there are. And I was giving an example to a group of people I was talking to of a massage therapist that I had to talk to, because he was using his massage therapy to, get with the ladies. And he'd use what he thought his spirituality was to, oh, wow. And I've seen that for years, and I don't know the real answer how you eliminate that. It's kind of like being on this planet. You've got to learn how to protect yourself. You got to learn streetwise. You got to become streetwise, because there's souls out there that'll hitchhike on you. There's souls out there that'll make you do things you don't want to do. There's souls out there. So becoming strong in your presence. But I've had people want money all the time to invest. If I had more money to invest, I wouldn't do it, because I'm focusing on a healing center for us. The first naturopathic hospital, if I could use that word. Things that are real. Retreats are supposed to be fun. We used to do silent retreats where you'd spend a week, nobody talking. Just a silent Buddha retreat like. There's all kinds of fun things you can do with retreats and seminars and stuff like this. You don't let one person bring you down. What you do is we handle this situation. So, when you have situations this bad, then you have to be ostracized from things. You can't no longer be connected with us, because I'm only for those that are the lovers, those that are the warriors, those that want to make a change on this planet, not rip off others, those that give to others, not take from others. I think it's important that we stand tall with our modality. We have introducing a level that can be refined always, who cares? But we're introducing a higher level than this planet's ever had. And yes, herbs are not toxic. If you're a natural hygienist, get your act together. Maybe you'll get well, get off your vegetables and cook foods and become true natural hygiene. You know, I hear this all the time, and it's like, yeah, I've got babies that we pulled tumors out with herbs. Toxic, huh? Little 1-year-old, they're going to pop an eye out. We pulled the tumor out. Toxic herbs, huh? Yeah. You know, when you see things like that, you learn that these people are just charlatans. They just want a name for themselves. They have no clue. They're just spouting off what others spout off. And that's what I mean about education. You know, academically, we're just copying what other people have copied. There's very few true Einsteins or Teslas in the world that pull their information, or Edisons, that pull their information etherically or astrally. Most people read and copy people. But it's enough to say, protect yourself. When people want money to invest, be real cautious. You know, unless you have money you don't care about, you say, oh, here's 10,000. If you lose it to yourself, if you lose it, you lose it. If you're not, you're not. That's when you give somebody money, that's what you have to have in your mind. I might not ever see this again, but here because I want to help you out of the kindness of my heart. The problem is these situations are repeating themselves through the years with this individual. And there comes a time when if you don't pull yourself up out of this and you're repeating this sort of thing, that this needs some serious investigating. Because I don't tolerate this. I don't tolerate the unbalanced. You must find your balance. I give you all the tools to find your balance. We try to help you to find your balance. But you must find your balance. So time for some deep introspections. So I love each and every one of you. But we must keep ourselves balanced. And it's easy to get out of balance on a completely raw food diet. You're coming out of the dark age in chemistry. The dark age of eating acid ash forming foods. A dark age that's ripping the human cell apart. Now we're entering the light, thanks to you guys. We're entering the light of how you repair and rebuild these cells that have been so destroyed through genetics. And how we can remember and enhance the function of cells again. How we can enhance the states of consciousness that the human has available to itself to experience. So you guys are bringing in levels, and so is a lot of the great masters are bringing in levels this planet is just now getting to experience. But it has to do it within balance to keep things stable. So this is why you see things. That's why in Eckankar you lost the true masters for a charlatan. Sorry guys, but you know, a true Ek master, or Radhaswami even, will at least teach you Satnam or above. And if their teachings are lower world, you can use the word Satnam, you can use the words. Doesn't mean you have the awareness of it. It's easy to use words, but do you have the consciousness behind it? And that's the key. Steve, all of this, got to find your love, your balance. Those that are wronged by this individual, you do what you have to do. But there's a major pattern here that is not good. Things are being said that are not true. Our clinic and me are being used as pawns, and that's not how it is with me. You don't use me as a pawn. I'm here to bring you guys, some of you back home, a lot of you to some higher levels, and a higher system here. And we can do it together with love and harmony with each other. People that need help, we all lovers, so we all help people. So you have to ask, but if you use people, that is not how the way of the world is. The problem with it, lots of karma. lots of karma. And those individuals that play that game end up steeped in karma. So again, people use words, but keep your eyes awake, keep your consciousness open, and don't let anybody use you. Don't give anybody any money unless they truly need it. It comes from the heart. Listen to your inner guidance. What's going on? Some people are really good at the art of deception. Very good at it. And this individual is one of them. Very good at the art. But that also makes you guys become good at becoming awake and aware, because this stuff goes on all over the place. Remember, Jesus said it's a marketplace. And you have your individuals like this around. Even Jesus had them around him. So you always have these individuals around. And just be awake of it. Can't do anything about it. It's not your world. And you don't want to be pulled into these worlds of these people, because then they trapped you. They got you. You keep your world free. If it is in harmony with you, or harmonious with you, then of course. When someone takes advantage, and we're going to try to help those that had a bad experience at this, wasn't even a retreat. This was a made up bunch of crap. And all I got to say is you don't do that to people, or tell people the things that were told to them. And this sort of thing was disturbed me. So from my end, I don't know anything about that. I didn't even know there was a retreat set up there until they got here. So that's the sort of thing that's disheartening, you know. So I'm hoping that everybody gets patched and mended, become strong over these things. Don't let these individuals take your full attention. Do what you have to do and drop it. Take that as a learning lesson and watch others. You ladies, make sure those that you get involved in are who they say they are. And the same thing with you men. Same way. A lot of people wear a mask, including some of the ladies. And these masks always come off after the relationship is solidified. And that, that's karmatic there as well. You want to always be yourself. And all those conditions and journeys you've been on have given you your unique individual perspective. Don't try to hide it. If you don't like it, change it. You're the only one in your world that can change your perspective. So, with great love to every one of you. And know that I have your backs. That I do videos with you guys, and will any of you guys, to help promote you. But it's disheartening to see it in that manner, because it's work, it's time involved, and look at the reason you're doing them. You're doing them to help solidify this high level of healing. The problem with the natural health people is they're all over the place. You have the marks of the world, whoever this cat is, that just tear down others. And it just shows you that where they are. With that, I leave you guys. I love you all. And watch your backs. We'll try to watch your backs. And sad that some of these things have to happen like this. But be strong. Some individuals can go way off the deep end with this. That's no kidding. And this is why you have to be careful with too much fasting too. It can take you out there. But this is more than that. So, with great love, hope to see you on the next video. We got some fun things to talk about. We got some serious baby problems here. I told you it was coming, and we just got some serious... I hope I can read this without crying. Oh, that one is bad. Holy crap. Take a look at that one just to give you a picture. Not good, guys. And we're the only level that can help, and the negative forces do not want us here. So become strong and become a warrior. Female or male? We need some female warriors here. That's what we need. Because when a female becomes a warrior, woo, hard to beat that. Love you guys.